Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special. Live tonight, it's the Barberton Magics versus the Revere Minutemen with veteran sportscaster Ron Whitmer and color analyst Chris Canova. Stay tuned for all the action right here on Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special.
Good evening, and welcome to Barberton High School's Rudy Sharkey Stadium for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Jobs for Ohio's Graduates and the Stables. I'm Ron Whitmer, and I'm joined in the booth by color analyst Chris Canova for tonight's clash between the visiting Revere Minutemen and the host Barberton Magics. Minutemen come into tonight at 3-1 in the Suburban American and 5-1 overall. The Magics are 1-2 in the Suburban American and 1-5 overall. Coach Bobby Nichols' Minutemen remain in the hunt for a league title, while Barberton, under Coach Tony Gatto, are coming off a canceled Week 7 matchup versus league-leading Highland and losses by less than a touchdown against Talmadge and Kent. We'll talk to both coaches and set the table for tonight's matchup right after these messages.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer here pregame with Revere coach Bobby Nickel. Coach, winding down to the end of the season now, starting to take a look at the state computer rankings and that type of thing. You guys are number 3 in Division II Region 10 this week. I'm guessing coaches are definitely looking at that by now. Do you discuss that with your team at all at this point, or are you kind of holding off on that?
I'm very superstitious, so no, I don't really look at it, to be honest with you. My assistant coaches obviously do.
Well, I'm sorry for bringing it up.
No, I'm very clear. Trust me, my guys come in and talk about that all the time, but at the end of the day, it's 10 opportunities. Obviously we lost an opportunity earlier in week 2 to not have an ability to play. It's been a lot of that this year, so we just look to build each week, and you got to win games. It comes down to it. At the end of the day, the computer points will be what they are. It's just about winning each week and getting prepared. It's a very, very, very tough league that we play in. It's a very physical league that we play in. So it's really just about trying to focus on the now, and whatever happens after week 10 happens, and we'll focus on that when we get there.
Right. You mentioned week 2 with Aurora, and you lost 2 key guys that night. But we're fast forwarding now. We're toward the tail end of the season. Your team pretty much have absorbed that loss and don't put a whole lot of emphasis on it now, I'm guessing, or not the case?
No, you can't. You got to keep moving on. So we know, luckily that we got a little bit more depth than we've had in past years. So at this time of year, you're expecting guys that are sophomores and juniors that haven't played a lot to be able to step up. You just have to, because I tell the guys all the time on August 1st, whenever it is, look around the room. It's not going to be the same room in October. It's just not. You never make it through an entire season with a full team. It's never going to happen. So it's just about guys learning, guys getting ready, and guys stepping up when they have an opportunity. And we've been pretty good. We have a nice fresh sophomore class. So a couple guys have moved into positions. We've had to move some guys around from receiver to running back that haven't played there before. So that's just all it is. Everybody knows that they have to pull their weight right now.
So I should have called them out. So it's a running back and linebacker, 2 key guys for you. Those people are who?
Yeah, Dylan Creekbaum and Jaleel Blanchard, they got injured. So we've got Lane Shenago in his place tonight, Harrison Gervain-Carr, who's a receiver for us, who's now kind of doing spot duty at tailback, receiver, a little bit of everything. So just moving pieces around to put us in the best situation we can.
Math's never been my strong suit, but if my math is correct, and I know no coach ever wants to look to next week, but you do have Highland next week. Mm-hmm. So if you take care of business tonight, and I know that's first and foremost, you got a chance at home to take on the number 1 team. Is that something that that still means a great deal to your guys, or are they looking towards the playoffs at this point?
No, nobody looks at anything. Honest to God, sir, we haven't even talked about next week. Our week is just about here. We know we're going to have a dogfight. Being born and raised here, I just know Barberton kids are tough. Coach Gatto's a great coach. We're just focused on the now. We just want to get in tonight, have a great game. We need to get off the hump. We haven't played very well in the first half. The last couple of weeks have been a little bit disappointed how we came out. So it's really just about now. There's nothing that we've looked at down the road.
And speaking of tonight, a lot of speed and toughness on the other sideline for you guys tonight. So what's your main focus? What's the biggest key to putting this game in the rear view mirror?
Yeah, no, we know they're going to be physical. They're always physical. They've got 2 or 3 really home run hitters. So we just got to delegate the big plays. We got to try to make sure that number 2 doesn't get out big. That's really what it comes down to. We've done a good job so far this year. We've given up yards defensively, but even like last week against Talmadge, we don't break in the red zone very much. So we just got to make sure we keep them in front of us. We cannot give up the big play. We just got to do that, and we got to be better on offense. We just third down conversions haven't been great for us so far this year. So we've got to play ahead of the chains, help our defense out, keep our offense on the field a little bit more, and just grind it out. Thankfully, we've had 3 pretty tough games in fourth quarters. We've came out in all 3 of those games so far this year. So we know that this is going to be very similar tonight.
Okay. Coach Bobby Nickel, good luck tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Ron Whitmer here on the field before tonight's game with Barberton head coach Tony Gatto. Coach, our third time seeing each other this year. When you started out, you had high hopes. Didn't get off to the kind of start I think you were hoping for, but by mid-season at the Cuyahoga Falls game, everything seemed to start falling into place. You've had 2 tough games recently that easily could have been wins. So how do you see your team going into tonight?
Yeah, obviously we've been tested the last couple weeks going into both those games. I still do feel like we were the better team. We just came out on the short end of the stick. We didn't play as good as we needed to and make the plays that were needed to make. So our kids are definitely facing some adversity, and I think we had a pretty good week of practice and back at home, and we'll see how it goes.
Going with a backup quarterback tonight, we've seen him a little bit in the previous 2 games we've had with you. Is he ready tonight to take the realm,
Sure.
the helm?
Yeah, I think. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's got that confidence needed to play the quarterback spot. So that's never been an issue. He's gotten lots of reps, even prior weeks. So he did get the majority of the reps this week. So he had a really good week last week, actually, against Kent. Finding out right there on Friday night that he was the man. So he responded well, and we'll see how he responds tonight.
So your son Angelo Gatto is, from what we've seen, certainly, if not the top back, one of the top running backs in this league. And the other coaches on the other sideline have acknowledged that they've got to focus and limit him tonight. But with that backup quarterback, do you try to be a little more run heavy tonight? Are you still going for the balance? What do you think?
Yeah, we want to stay as balanced as possible. That's always kind of a goal. I got a couple guys that have been repping tailback as well. So hopefully, with the 2 or 3 guys we got back there, we can establish the run. We always talk about, most football teams that dominate the line of scrimmage are going to come out on top. So, control the ball, don't turn the ball over, and control the line of scrimmage, and it should be a pretty good game.
A lot of noise in the Suburban League America in the last couple of weeks. All I want to know from you is, are your guys aware of that? And if so, do you think it affects them in any way?
They're teenagers. They're resilient. Definitely was a lot of noise. I thought they responded pretty well. It was just a decision that we had to come to. It wasn't an easy decision. It was talked about on Monday, and I felt like we had to do what's best for our program. And I still feel like we made the right decision.
So you got a tough one tonight, obviously. What's key to getting past the Minutemen tonight?
I mean, I just talked about the line of scrimmage. They're both, they're good up front on both sides of the football up front. So that'll definitely be a challenge for us. We're not very deep, so our kids know that they have to battle for 4 quarters. We always talk about trying to get ahead, get a lead ahead of time, so that when that 4th quarter comes, we've been kind of running out of gas a little bit. So,
right.
But I think we match up with them pretty good. Me and Bobby used to coach together, so there's a good relationship there, and I'm looking forward to the matchup.
All right. Well, we thank you for your time, Coach, and have a great last 3 games of the season.
Good seeing you guys.
Good to see you. So that was Coach Tony Gatto from the Barberton Magics. So, Chris, here's what I think I heard in talking to Coach Bobby Nickel and Coach Tony Gatto. Not a shock to us that Revere is going to be strong up the middle. Yep. And whether Barberton can hang with the Minutemen tonight may have a lot to do with whether Angelo Gatto can beat him to the edge, right? Because we've seen him twice now this year. He's tough, he's quick, and he can bust the big play. We also heard Coach Nickel talk about that, about his team's ability or inability to stop the big play. And if Gatto can break a few, and if the sophomore quarterback can hit a couple of his veteran receivers, we may have a better game than what some people are expecting here tonight.
Well, I think Coach Nichols hit the nail on the head. You're right, Ron. I mean, Barberton has some weapons. We've seen them. It's our 3rd time seeing them tonight, and they've been in every game that we've seen them. They won 1, lost 1, and they lost last week by less of a score. The week before that by a point, and they're right in it. Coach Gatto's a great coach, and they're fighting a numbers battle right now with about 30 kids on the team. Their tailback's the best defensive player they have. Frankly, he's probably the best player on the field. We haven't seen Revere yet, so I'm excited to see them. They're 5-1.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Coach Nichols is a heck of a coach as well, so should be a good one. And I think we talked about this last time we saw Barberton, right? Can they make it the full 48 minutes? I don't know.
Exactly. Coach Gatto even said, we've been wearing down late in the game lately, and that's certainly going to be a key. Even somebody who's not football savvy can look at both sidelines. And Revere, you were mentioning when we were down on the field earlier, not only size-wise but numbers-wise, this is a first really nice full-size roster we've seen in a few weeks. And that lends itself well to not only being in the game late, but being able to maybe exert a little bit of taking over the game late. So we'll see if that plays in tonight. The officials are coming out now to the center of the field. We'll see who's going to kick it off to begin tonight's game.
I'll say this, the Magic's band is on fire tonight.
They are, and I think we mentioned that the other 2 times we've seen them.
Yeah, they're good.
Unlike their football compatriots, they are a large-size band. I'd say, 125, 150 kids at least. So,
a lot of kids out.
And they play well. They sound real good.
So I would say Revere's 2-1 football. I mean, they probably have 60 kids out.
Yeah, it looks like that. Maybe even 70.
Yeah.
60 to 70 dressed tonight. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to a good one. So this is a big game, period, but it's certainly a bigger game for the Minutemen tonight, right?
It is, yeah.
So they're a game behind Highland in the loss column in the Suburban American. They play Highland next week. Usually the way those things work in terms of league titles is if both teams end up with the same record at the end of the year, you go to that head-to-head, and if they can get by Highland, and that's a big if, then they got an opportunity still to win a league title this year. So I think Revere is going to be ready for this one. Not that they wouldn't be ready otherwise, but a little extra on the line for them. And we'll talk a little bit as we go on tonight about state rankings, which are important to a lot of the teams at this time of year. Revere's got a chance for a bye in the first round of the playoffs, so we'll dig into that a little bit. Barberton coming out now, getting ready to kick off. Their kicker is Jason Gates. Back deep for the Minutemen, Nicholas Hall and Harrison Devankar. And I'll get that right, Harrison. Devankar. Another beautiful night. I mean, one thing we absolutely can't complain about is the weather this season. We got another beauty tonight.
Our illustrious owner ordered another one, right?
He did as well. Gates' kick is a good one, coming down about the 7-yard line. Fielded there, up across the 25 to the 30, pushed ahead to the 34. That's Harrison Devankar on the return for Revere, and they'll take over. The first drive of the game will start off the Revere 34-yard line. We're underway at Barberton's Rudy Sharkey Stadium. Ron Whitmer along with Chris Canova.
Even simple things like that, Ron. It's the whole team runs off the field for Revere, right? They have a whole separate return team. It makes a difference. It adds up over the course of play.
Makes a huge difference. So the quarterback for Revere is Chase Clifford. So 6'1", 160 senior. In the backfield with him is James Perry. Snap, fake handoff to Perry. Looking to pass and almost picked off on the near side. Barberton's number 13, Cash McKinney, with a nice defense of that pass. McKinney had nothing but green in front of him, Chris.
Great play. Covered the back out of the backfield. Wasn't fooled at all. And knocked it out of the air. And you're right, he almost picked it off for a quick touchdown. Nice play.
Clifford, the quarterback. Takes the snap. Fake handoff. Pass out to the far side and dropped by Harrison Devankar. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
So the Barberton defense stiffening here early.
Barberton's quick on the outside. They're all over those outside little quick outs. Nice play by that cornerback.
Clifford in the shotgun. Drops the pass, looking downfield, now flushed out of the pocket. He's in trouble back at the 20 and taken down at the 16-yard line. A beautiful job that time by Avian Owens Cottrell with the tackle for the Magics, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Great job of pursuit that time by Owens Cottrell.
Yeah, that'll hurt your running average, won't it? Minus 19 yards there. Great play, a covered sack by the defensive backs by Barberton, and just pressure up the gut.
Vern Reynolds back to return the punt for Barberton. Punter is Donovan Juby for the Minutemen. He's standing at his own 3. It's end-over-end punt landing at the 45 and immediately going out of bounds at about the 44-yard line of Barberton. So the Magics will have great field position to start their first drive on the night.
Well, I think the Minutemen are going to find out pretty quickly. Coach Gatto has these guys ready to go. He always does. And they're going to see here some speed.
Yeah, they're going to spot the ball at the 42-yard line of Barberton. They'll have it there, 1st and 10. Sophomore quarterback starting for the Magics. That's Jackson Hanlon. And we didn't spend a lot of time talking about it, but we'll talk about who he's replacing, Mr. Lauk, here a bit later when time allows. Hanlon in the backfield, Gatto behind him, along with Trent DeWitt. Hand to Gatto up the middle. He's across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd down 6.
Nice little lead play to the left. Followed his fullback. Revere tried to stuff it. Just nice little effort play there by the Magic.
10:28, first quarter just underway here from Barberton. Magics on their first drive of the night. 2nd down 6 at their own 46. Handoff, Gatto. He'll bust it outside, but he's pursued. Shakes one tackle, trying to shake another, but he can't. Nice tackle that time by Davis Haidu for Revere. Haidu is a 5'11 junior.
So they split everybody to the right. I'm not sure if it was just busted to the right from the get-go, and he went left, but didn't look good from the beginning.
So a loss of 4 will set it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 42, bringing up 3rd and 10 for Barberton. Hanlon, alone in the backfield, takes the snap, looks downfield, pulls the ball down. He's going to run. He's got trouble around the 45, falls ahead to the 46, well short of the first down. It'll bring up a 4th and about 6.
Smart play there. Nobody was open. Pulled it back down, got what he could, protect the ball.
They're going to spot it at the 45. So 4th and 7. Into punt for the Magic is Jason Gates. Gatto's the blocking back in front of Gates, and apparently Barberton's short of guys on the field. One man runs back off, and do we have a timeout? I think we probably do, to avoid the penalty. No, there is the penalty. Delay of game. That'll set the Magic back 5 more, back to the 40, bringing up 4th down 12. So a lot of confusion that time, Chris.
A lot of confusion. Well, you know, when you're playing a bunch of new players, that's bound to happen. No excuse, but got to get it right.
All right. Gates standing at about his own 26-yard line to receive the snap. He handles it, punt is away, a high wobbly kick going to come down at about the 25-yard line, taken there across the 35 and hit hard by Barberton's number 27, Jalen Allen Posey, was the returner, Nick Hall.
Well, great hit. I got to give Nick Hall some credit there. He caught it on the run and really sacrificed his body, but got a nice little return there. What would you say, 10 yards?
Yeah, about 10 or 11 yards on the return. So the Revere Minutemen will get a chance to do it again in a similar field position to what they started the game at, ball at the 36-yard line. Clifford, senior quarterback. Behind him is Jervenkar. Man in motion, handed Jervenkar up the middle. He's across the 35 to the 39-yard line. Give him a gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
Barberton putting a bunch of guys in the line of scrimmage here and really making them work for those few yards.
Looked like the tackle that time was Micah McWilliams. Clifford in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Jervenkar across the 40, across the 50, and pushed out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Tackle for Barberton was by number 6, Clee Thompson. So a nice pickup that time by Jervenkar.
So I don't think the Magic were lined up right that time. Their right defensive end, last minute for whatever reason, got up and went to the left. He was not even set. And where did they go? Where he left. And 15 yards later, first down.
Jervenkar behind Clifford. This time a hand going to the right side. He's got leverage outside across the 45 to the 40 and driven out of bounds inside the 40 with a nice first down pickup of about 8 yards. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to put it down at the 38-yard line, so we'll give them 7 on the play. 2nd down, 3.
And you called that right. That it's all about leverage, right? Exactly what that was. They're getting no support right now with the run from those cornerbacks.
Clifford again in the shotgun. Hands to Jervenkar up the middle. He's got a big hole. He's across the 30 down to the 28 and tripped up there. Looked like Thompson on the tackle again, and had he not got him by the ankles, Chris, we might have seen 6 there.
That's right. Nice little 7 or 8 yard run right up the gut. Getting some momentum here, but this offensive line is going to work.
Yeah, that's the key word, momentum, that they didn't have in the first drive, but things are clicking now. Clifford with Dravenker behind him. He hands off. Another hole up the middle across the 25 down to about the 21-yard line. So those nice first down chunk runs that you love, Chris, right?
That's right.
5 to 8 yards. See what they're going to give him this time. Looks like let's give him almost 8. We'll call it 8. Second down 2.
Nice little fold block there, and he's just following. He's going right in after the fold block.
Ball just outside the 20 at the 21. Clifford with a man in motion. We'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. We got an offsides whistled against Barberton. That'll give the Minutemen a first down inside the 20-yard line.
I think that was the cornerback out here towards the sideline. Got a little bit over anxious.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up, but we're in a booth situation where things to my left sometimes get screened out. Clifford. This time with James Perry behind him in the backfield. Clifford hands to Perry up the middle. He's got a hole. He's across the 10, the 5, and into the end zone for the Minutemen touchdown. James Perry, the 5'11", 200-pound senior, puts the Minutemen up 6-0 with 6:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Opening some nice-sized holes up the middle, Chris.
Absolutely. I didn't see that was a full block, but that's what they're doing with most of those plays. And, wow, nice little play there. Just controlling the line of scrimmage at this point.
David Kennedy on to attempt the extra point for the Minutemen. Spot. Kick is up. It's low, but it's good. So Kennedy tacks on the point with 6:19 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Revere 7, Magics nothing. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
So James Perry with the touchdown run for Revere. They lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. Big game for the Minutemen, and even a bigger one next week if they can get by tonight's tilt here against the Barberton Magics.
You know, you wonder on that first drive if they weren't trying to, play the Fulham offense, right, Ron? With those couple passes, the first 3 plays.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they just pounded the ball the second drive and did a great job chewing up yardage.
I keep waiting for Clifford to pull the ball back out of the belly of the runner, but there's been no need to. A little pooch kick this time from Kennedy comes down to the up man for Barberton and has trouble fielding it. Trying to bring it in was number 44, Liam Starcher. He couldn't do it, but his teammate fell on it. That was Avian Owens-Cottrell. So the Barberton Magics will have the ball, and they'll start this drive at the 35-yard line.
It almost worked. I mean,
it did. It caught him by surprise.
It did, and he dropped the ball, and lucky his teammate was right there to cover it.
Yeah, it was clear that Starcher was not thinking the ball was going to be coming to him. So an empty backfield this time for Hanlon and Barberton. They start 1st and 10. Hanlon looks across the middle to Gatto. He's got it at the 45 to the 47. A first down, a nice 12-yard pickup on first down for the Magics. Just what they needed here to a quick response.
Yeah, they're going to have to find Gatto wherever he's at. Nice little short slant there for a quick 12-yard gain.
See if they stick with that empty backfield. They do. Hanlon with Gatto in motion in the near side. Hands to Gatto. Gatto coming to the sideline across the 50 to the 45. Puts his head down and pushes ahead near the first down marker. He's going to be about a yard short at the 44-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Magic. So just the kind of response Coach Gatto was probably looking for here.
Yeah, he has to love that. It's a nice job picking up that extra 1 or 2 yards, right? Puts his head down, sacrifices his body a little bit. Nice job.
Yeah, Gatto's 5'9", 180, but he plays like he's about 220.
No kidding.
He is not afraid of contact. Again, empty backfield. Trips to the left. Gatto in motion that way. Fake handoff. Looking downfield. Has a man open, but just misses his receiver there, who is Vern Reynolds.
Wow, that was risky.
He did throw into some traffic for sure. But I'll say this. It was just off of Reynolds' fingertips, or if not the fingertips, barely above him. So
you called it.
He did a nice job, I thought, Chris, of seeing the field. For the sophomore quarterback, you got to be impressed with that particular play.
You caught it right on his hands between, at least 3 Revere defenders.
Right. Hanlon with Gatto behind him in the backfield. Hands off to Gatto. He's got a hole up across the 40, and again, just drives hard. A tackle that time by number 24 for Revere, Davis Haidu.
Another first down for Gatto.
We got that as Haidu's 3rd tackle, but yes, as Chris said, enough for the first down at the 39. Magic still on the move here. They trail by 7, 7-0, 4:34 remaining first quarter. Another empty backfield. Jackson Hanlon takes the snap, looks downfield. He's going to go deep. He's got a man open. Clee Thompson, the ball just a little underthrown and broken up that time by number 9 for Revere, Tyler Freight.
I really like what Barberton's doing here. They're spreading the field. You got a couple post patterns going on here. Another hitch on this side. They have Gatto waiting down here in the flats. They're making this defense spread out. He had 1 or 2 guys open. He was pressured a little bit, but really nice job. Nice philosophy.
Yeah. So much to like here about what's going on with the Magics. Snap, hand to Gatto, up the middle across the 40. Give him about a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down 8. Ball at the 37. So a big 3rd down here.
Yeah, third and 8. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. I mean, I'm guessing Gatto or Gatto, but saying that, the spread look has worked for them really so far, don't you think?
I do, and I think that Hanlon's done a nice job of surveying the field. He is 6'1", so not a short quarterback, so he's able to see a bit better than some of the others that we've seen at that position this season. Hanlon back, fakes to Gatto, throws over the middle, ball's caught across the 30, 25, and inside the 25 for the first down. A nice grab that time by Trent DeWitt. Will give the Magics a first down at Revere's 23.
Used Gatto as a decoy that time. Looked like they were going to throw a swing pass to the right, and then just look back to the left, hit a little tight seam pass, and what a nice play.
Yeah. Coach Gatto told us that Hanlon was definitely going to be ready tonight, had a good game last week, and he's looked really good so far tonight. Angelo Gatto in the backfield. Hanlon drops the pass, dumps it in the middle to Clee Thompson. He's inside the 15 to the 14 and near another Barberton first down. It'll bring up a 2nd down. Check that. Yeah, 2nd down and 1, ball to 14. I mean,
they're making the Minutemen work.
Absolutely.
Spreading the field, and they're clearly keying on Gatto, but just doing a nice job hitting a couple different receivers here.
Yeah, I think the Magics are taking advantage of the fact they're keying on Gatto. He's to Hanlon's right in the backfield. He'll go out into the pattern. He's wide open at the 5 and driven out of bounds at about the 4. Angelo Gatto. Hanlon right on time, right on the money for the Magics. They've got a 1st and goal now, just outside the 3-yard line.
Great play call. Revere was sick of it, right? They brought the house, and what do? A quick dump pass to Gatto. Next thing you know, almost put it in the end zone.
Yeah, very impressive drive for the Magics. 2:06 remaining. They trail Revere 7-0 here in the first quarter, but 1st and goal from the 3. And you know what we haven't seen tonight, Chris, and maybe we're about to, is that power formation, no?
That's right.
A direct snap, Wildcat to Gatto, and that time Revere was ready, and they're going to throw him for about a 2-yard loss back to the 5, so it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 5. Revere had that one well scouted as Gatto was in the Wildcat formation, and keying on him that time was absolutely the right play.
It was. I'm curious if they have enough linemen to do that. To do the full house backfield. I'm looking at their sideline. They do. But, they were all over that play. But three Minutemen were on that right away.
And it's going to be the Wildcat again with Gatto at quarterback. And Revere, we have a flag on the far side. I'm not sure what that might be. Oh, a sideline warning? Is that what I saw? Yep. Okay. All right. Well, this has been, dare I say, pretty clean quarter here. And that one didn't result in any yardage, so it'll still be 2nd and goal from the 5. Let's see if the Magic stay with that Wildcat formation. Looks like they're going to. I don't see Hanlon in there. So it's Gatto at the quarterback. Alongside him in the backfield is Jalen Allen Posey. And we had a guy jump for Revere. I don't see a flag. Gatto trying to get him to jump. And Barberton's going to take a timeout. So that's Barberton's first timeout. And
I'm sorry, Ron, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looked like the Revere end did jump originally.
It did look like that.
But no call, and then Gatto clearly was trying to get him to jump, and it wasn't happening, so they took a timeout to avoid the penalty.
With the flag against Revere, and then this timeout here, I like it for Barberton. Coach Gatto mentioned this. They got to shorten this game. They got to get their kids some rest. Any little bit of rest matters to these. Gatto's not been off the field. I keep saying this young man's name, but he's not the only one. And there are a bunch of kids going both ways for the Magic. And, this is a big series here.
It is.
To go.
It is. It can kind of set the tone for the rest of the game here. The last thing the Magics want to do is come away without any points here. And I don't recall. I know Gates, I believe, is their field goal kicker. I think he has some range, but I don't know if they want to rely on him at this point. I'm sure they'd much rather punch it in here. And it looks like we've got some big fellas out on the field. Let's see how they line up. Nope, we're going to be spread this time. Empty backfield for Hanlon. Trips to the left. Hanlon standing at his own 10. Takes the snap. Rolls to the right, looking in the end zone. Can't find anybody. Looks back to the left. Has a man open in the
Did he catch that?
Back of the end zone, but the ball was tipped. Wide open and ready to catch the touchdown was Owens Cottrell in the back of the end zone. And I'm not sure which Minuteman got his hands on that one, Chris. It might have been 54 who was in the area.
What's funny is
that's that's Elijah Cedor. So I'm going to give it to him for right now at least.
So we're looking at the Magic's end zone, right? For the people listening to us. The Minutemen are wearing white. The Magic are wearing purple and white. The end zone is purple and white, and you can't see.
It's easy to lose people, isn't it? Absolutely. But he did. Hanlon did a great job. Found a man, but Excellent job on the defense. He'll keep this
Oh,
and it looked like a horse collar, but no flag on the play. It'll take Hanlon down at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard loss back to the 6, and we're quite a ways away. But it had the look of a horse collar. He maybe just had jersey and not the horse collar. So Hanlon's coming to the near side, which would seem to indicate Barberton's going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to mark it just outside the 6-yard line. 4th and goal from the 6.
Needless to say, a big play here.
Gatto
Revere looks confused.
is out to the near side. Hanlon takes the snap. He's looking. He pulls it down. He's got room in front of him. He's right at the goal line, and
he's in.
He's in for the touchdown. The referee on the far side marked him short. The near side referee put the hands in the air. It's a touchdown. A nice job by the sophomore, Jackson Hanlon, with the 6-yard touchdown run, and the extra point could even things up here as we approach the end of the first quarter.
Again, the Magic spread them out and did a great job in just taking what was available for them.
So the Magic's, again, some confusion on what they want to do here. They were short a man. Angelo Gatto screaming at his sideline. They appear to all be out there now. And the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up. Plenty of leg. Kick is good. And that one was not by Gates. That was by Blake Leary, who nails the extra point for the Magic, evening us up at 7 apiece. 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be back after this quick message.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova back here at Rudy Sharkey Stadium. 3 seconds remain in the first quarter. And one of the more impressive drives we've seen all season, Chris. Magic just methodically, with a great combination of the pass and the run, moved the ball downfield and had a big quarterback play by Jackson Hanlon to get it into the end zone on 4th and 6.
That was an impressive display of coaching. Wow. Spreading the field, taking what's available to you.
Gates to kick it off, and we get an onside attempt that goes right out of bounds. So I think you understand that based upon the time in the season and the records of the team, but not a real well-executed onside kick that goes out at the Magic's 46. So Revere will have the ball, and because it went out of bounds without being touched, the clock did not run. So the Minutemen will have time for one play here in the first quarter at the Barberton 36-yard line. So I don't know. What do you think about that one, Chris?
Well, maybe it was a good thought, just not well executed for sure.
Yeah. It certainly caught him by surprise, but he had so much on that kick that there was no opportunity, and it was going to be short.
Well, you almost caught that ball.
Yeah, a little more height than it could have come to us. Right. But, hey, Barberton wants to leave it all in the field tonight,
right.
Including strategy-wise. So Clifford takes the snap, hands off, up the middle to Drevenkar. He's across the 40 or the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. Nice pickup there on first down. We'll take them to the 33, and with that, we've reached the end of the first quarter with the score Barberton 7, Revere 7. So, hey, fans, just want to remind you that you can hear and see a video replay of tonight's game this coming Monday night at 6 p.m. streaming live on WAOH.tv. That's WAOH.tv, Monday at 6 p.m. So please, if you're near your computer, near your smart TV, have a tablet in hand or even your phone, go to WAOH.tv and check out tonight's game. It's been a very entertaining first quarter for sure, and we look forward to more here before we reach the half.
You are definitely going to want to see that first quarter. That was really exciting, and the magic have come to play. So has Revere, and looking forward to what happens here. That's unfortunate about that kickoff, but hey, Barberton has to step up and make a play.
Right. A reminder that our Edward Jones halftime show will include a visit in the booth from Barberton Athletic Director John Sable. So we look forward to talking to John at halftime, get up to date on some things going on in the Suburban League and with Barberton. Clifford takes the snap, hands off to Dravankar. Was a big gain up inside the 25 to the 24. That's a Minuteman first down. Just started here, second quarter.
You know, they had about 70 yards rushing the first quarter on really they had two possessions.
Clifford standing at his own 30, first and 10. Hands to Dravankar, and this time he's hitting the backfield. A nice job, great penetration by 55 from Barberton, and that is our old buddy Rico Varner, who's had a couple of big games for them. It's the first time I've called his name tonight, but he's got that quickness to get inside. And a big tackle for a loss there. A loss of about 4 brings up second down 14.
And this is a big play for Barberton because, you know, they haven't been shown to be able to pass the ball yet.
Clifford fakes, handoff, rolls to the near side, has a man wide open inside the 20. It's caught there. Tackle and down at the 10-yard line. Pass was to number 18, TJ Meach.
Well, famous last words from me, right? So I say that, and they hit a 20-yard pass play. So nice play-action pass there. Great throw, great reception. First down, right?
First down, and looks like first and goal. Hand off to Dravankar, and he has a hole up the middle and end of the end zone. Great job of following his blocker that time. Harrison Dravankar for Revere with the touchdown run of 10 yards, and that puts the Minutemen back out on top, 13-7. So, boy, as impressive as the Magic's drive was, their kickoff got them in trouble, and Revere just ran it right down their throats.
They really did. They made a pass play when they had it to or needed to, and that run play could have been good for 50 yards.
Kennedy with the kick. It's up. It is good. So, at the 10:24 mark of the second quarter, our score: Revere 14, Magic 7. Let's take this break.
Hey, Ron.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screenprint Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
So Kennedy will kick it off for Revere. They lead 14-7, 10:24 remaining first half. Back for Barberton. Vern Reynolds And it's another pooch kick, comes down just inside the 32, same result. 44 had a little bit of difficulty bringing it in, but does fall on it. That was, once again, Liam Starcher. So the strategy appears to be for Revere on the kickoff, Chris, is keep it out of those quick backs' hands, and twice now it's worked out pretty well for them.
It really has, and, little do they're probably not paying that much attention because their speed guys are on the sidelines during that play. Gatto and number 8. Who's number 8?
That's Reynolds, who I have deep, but
was Reynolds?
Well, he may not have been. The far side guy had, when they turn sideways, it's a little hard to pick up their number. So it was probably Clee Thompson back there. At any rate, Hanlon standing at his own 30, fakes to Gatto, tosses over the middle to an open man there at the 45 who falls ahead to the 47-yard line. Catch that time by Trent DeWitt. DeWitt with the catch, and the Magics continue to move the ball.
Nice play by the quarterback. He was being heavily pressured there and hit the tight end for a 15-yard gain.
Looked like Nick Hall on the tackle for Revere. First down 10. Barberton has the ball at their own 47-yard line. Gatto back alongside Hanlon. Hanlon will toss it out in the flat and just off target for one of the few times tonight. He was trying to get it to Trent DeWitt, but threw it a little ahead of him, falls harmlessly to the ground, and we bring up second down 10.
Well, that wasn't his best throw, but I like his demeanor. He's keeping his, he's staying in there with the pressure and all. He's not. Doesn't seem to be flustered.
And one of the things I'm big on, especially with the younger quarterbacks, is decision making, and his decision making so far tonight has been great. Hanlon takes a snap, hands to Gatto, who's running to the near side. He's across the 45, across the 50, and up to about the 44. I'm going to mark him at the, I'm sorry, not 44, 46, 47. They're going to mark him at the 47. Give him a pickup of about 6. That'll bring up third down 4.
Nice run. A little bit of a burst there. It looked like he had nothing. They had the edge secured there, and
that's exactly what I was going to say, Chris. And I think Gatto has shown us multiple times this year he has that second gear he can hit to get around the corner when it looks like it's been shut off. Hanlon.
I'm sorry, Ron, go on.
Third and 4. Hanlon takes a snap, fakes it to Gatto, looks down the middle. He has Clee Thompson. After the play, Thompson was pulled down, but no pass interference. Inside the 20. Nice thought. And actually, Chris threw the ball where the only person that was going to get it was Thompson.
Missed him by a yard. That wasn't a bad throw, and you're exactly right. He was the only person going to catch it. And I was going to say this before last play. I don't think they're punting because I don't think they believe they can stop Revere.
4th and 4. Gatto alongside Hanlon. Gatto now comes to the near side slot. He looks a little confused. Hanlon dumps it over the middle and a little behind Clee Thompson, who maybe had enough space to get ahead for the first down, but instead goes off of Thompson's hands, couldn't bring it in. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Minutemen. Ball on their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, looked a little bit confused there. Had, 4 receivers in the same spot. And they were short of the first down,
So we'll see if the Magic's defense can rise up here, or if we have a turning point in this game. Magics were moving it well, but stalled out just across midfield, giving the ball back to the Minutemen. Clifford takes a snap, handoff to Dravenker. Dravenker across the 45, the 50, inside Magic territory, down to about the 47-yard line.
So that time they had the inside sealed off a little bit, and he just bounced outside, and so close to making a play there for no yards, and somebody's just got to step up and make a play. As it is, bounced it outside 7 yards.
2nd and 4. Clifford, inside handoff. Javanker to the near side, across the 45, up to about the 41-yard line. He'll have the first down as he's driven out of bounds there by number 5 for Barberton, who is Owens Cottrell. Has had a nice busy game for himself tonight.
And, Coach Nichols is doing a nice job here, too. He sees that Barberton is, stacking in the middle a little bit. So what's he doing? Designing some plays to go to the outside and, getting the 5 or 6 yards.
Snap, handoff, up the middle. This time it's James Perry, who had the touchdown earlier. Perry gets ahead for about 4. Tackle up the middle. Looked like Varner once again.
Javankar's a big kid. He's every bit of 6 feet tall, around 200 pounds, and he's a punishing runner. Then you put Perry in there, and he's the exact same size. You can barely tell the difference between them.
This time under center is Clifford. 2nd down 6. He drops the pass, looking deep to the far side, severely underthrown. The receiver out there tried to come back for it, but no chance. I don't know if somebody it looks like Javanker was out there. I don't know if somebody got a hand on that one, Chris, or just the ball slipped out of his hand a bit. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
It almost looked, I don't know if that was a bad throw or it was by design, because it looked like Javanker stopped and came back like the 15 yard or 10 yards. Like he knew it was going to be short that much.
Right. Well, at any rate, brings up 3rd and 6. Big play for the Barberton defense, and looks like we've got a timeout on the field. With that timeout, we'll take this 30-second break and be right back.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
So back here at Barberton's Rudy Sharkey Stadium, the Revere Minutemen lead the Barberton Magics 14-7, 7:30 remaining here in the first half. So Chris, kind of a big series here?
I would say so. This is a big play. If I'm Barberton, I'm jamming the middle here, making Revere do something they don't want to do. Maybe looks like you're going to go stretch left here, but who knows?
And we got a Magics player that jumped early, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Coming across the line for the Magics, number 70, who, of course, I don't have a number 70 on my roster. And folks, I'm really sorry when that happens, but we're given rosters that we believe are up-to-date and accurate. So whoever number 70 is, and maybe he prefers that we not know his name in that case, did jump early. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 now, a whole different can of worms for the Magic's defense to deal with here. Clifford with Javanker behind him. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle. Nice little cut by Javanker. He's got the first down and more up to the 25-yard line. Tackle that time by number 27 for Barberton, Jalen Allen Posey again.
Javanker has some good feet. He keeps his head up, and nothing was the original hold didn't appear to be there. He used his feet a little bit, and 6 yards later, first down.
Clifford standing at his own 30, takes the snap to Dravenka again across the 25, hit, stays on his feet inside the 20 and finally driven down at the 24. Again, the tackle is Posey, Alan Posey for the Magics, but not until Dravenka picks up a good 6-yard gain.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Ron, and I probably am here, but is this young man, he was not their starting tailback at the beginning of the year, correct?
That's correct. He was not to my knowledge, he was not the number 1 tailback, right? Clifford at his own 24, or at the Barberton 24, hands off again to Dravenka, who slips the tackle at the 20 and falls ahead to about the 18. Still going to leave him short. The 3rd down and about 3. 6:01 remaining, first half.
So good news for the Magics, right? I mean, they're getting more of these big plays every defensive series, right? So, all right, another big play, another opportunity to get a stop here.
Third down 3. Clifford with Dravenka behind him. Hands to Dravenka across the 25, up near the 20, falls ahead to the 19, and that's enough for a Minuteman first down.
All right, getting closer.
Dravenka having a very big first half here, not by 20 yards at a time, but by 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. And these time-killing drives by the Minutemen have given them a chance to take charge here before halftime.
I have them at 95 yards, Ron.
It's a great half. First down, 10 at the 14. Clifford will hand off this time to Perry. Perry across the 15, falls ahead to about the 12-yard line. So pick up a 3, bring up second down and 7.
You know, the defensive linemen for Barberton right now, you can tell their hands are on their knees. They're tired.
Yeah, these 5, 6, 7 yards at a time drives are really taxing to a team where a lot of guys are playing both ways. Clifford with Perry alongside him in the backfield. Going in motion, Dravenka, he'll take the handoff, and this time snuffed out by Barberton for a big loss. The tackle by 55. I'm sorry, that is Rico Varner. So Varner twice tonight, Chris, has slipped inside on that inside handoff to Dravenka and dropped him for a big loss. That'll bring up third down and about 14.
Again, right? Another big play. And we've seen their field goal kicker. I don't think he can kick from here. So another big play.
3rd and 14. Fake handoff rolling in the near side. Clifford's got his eyes downfield, but nobody's being pursued, and he throws it away. Great job by Angelo Gatto, the DB for Barberton, who drove Clifford out of bounds just as he was throwing. And we have a man down on the field. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 14. And it looks like a Barberton man. Chris, I'll see if I can pick that. Oh, boy, it looks like it's Varner. I'll try to double check that.
Well, I hope it's exhaustion and not an injury.
He appears to be in pain, and they're working on the leg, maybe the knee. Yeah, he's grabbing for that right knee, and that is Rico Varner for Barberton, who's down. He's a key part of that middle of the Barberton defense, the middle that's risen up on this drive to make it 4th and 14.
So I hope you guys you tune in here on Monday night to watch this game. It's an exciting game. But if you look down here at the sidelines and just take a look at the Barberton team, and this team is exhausted.
Yeah.
They're on their knees, they're breathing heavy, and then you look across the field, and a totally different kind of look and feel for the Minutemen, and it's not because these Barberton kids are not in shape. That's not it. Yeah. These young men are going both ways.
Yeah.
And it's tough. Football's a tough sport.
Picture paints 1,000 words, and boy, you nailed that one, Chris. I mean, it's just demonstratively different. Well, the good news here is Varner's on his feet, or maybe I should say foot, because he's really favoring that right leg. It does not look to me like we're going to see Rico Varner back on the field anytime real soon, but we hope with some attention from the training staff, maybe he can make it back, being assisted off the field by some Barberton staff members. Big play here, real big play for the Magics to stay in this one. 4th down, 14. And Revere is going to attempt the field goal, apparently. So Kennedy's the kicker. The holder is Clifford. He's going to set it down at the 25. It'll be a 35-yard attempt.
Tom Barberton watching fake here.
Snap, spot, kick is up. It's got the distance,
Nice
and it's good.
Nice job.
Great kick that time by David Kennedy, 5'11", junior. And at least from Revere's point of view, they put points up on that drive. It would have been a shame for them to come away with none. That makes our score Revere 17, Barberton 7, 3:32 remaining first half. Want to remind you, if you're just listening to the audio broadcast here today, live stream, you can see this game and hear us Monday on WAOH.TV. That's WAOH.TV, Monday at 6 p.m. So you could find that one online. Remind you could also see and hear this game generally starting on Sunday afternoons on Fifth Dimension Radio's YouTube page. So just do a search for Fifth Dimension Radio and maybe a comma to 10-cent beer night, I think is the official name of that YouTube page. I think there was a band from when I was really young, Chris. You would have never heard of them, but they were Fifth Dimension, and I think they have the Fifth Dimension radio YouTube page. Any rate, Kennedy to kick it off.
Let this young man kick it.
A low line drive this time, fielded by Barberton at the 28-yard line. Looks like...
Now that young man should play shortstop because that was hard to field.
Yeah, that was Noah Wright, the receiver, who did a really nice job of covering that one up. So, Barberton, the field goal was certainly better than a touchdown.
Absolutely, and you know what? Credit to that field kicker from Revere. Great job, and frankly, the whole offensive line for field. Or not field, I'm sorry. Did I say field? Oh my goodness gracious.
They're not even on our schedule this year.
The Minutemen.
I don't feel as bad.
What a great job. The offensive line for Revere is doing a wonderful job tonight. Dravenkar's putting in the maximum performance as well.
Hanlon inside handoff, and what a play here. Oh my goodness, what a play. And unfortunately, there is going to be a flag. It was an incomplete pass ultimately. So to bring you up to speed, there was a handoff to Gatto inside that was going nowhere, and as he was about to be tackled, he passed it to his teammate, Trent DeWitt, who decided, hey, that looks like fun, I'm going to throw it, and almost hit Clee Thompson, but I believe the pass from Gatto to DeWitt was a forward pass, but Chris, you're a better rules guy than me. So I think if it's caught behind the line of scrimmage, does it still count as a forward pass?
It has to go backwards. So I think the Gatto handoff, the first pass was okay after Gatto, but I think Gatto threw it forward, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying. He
did.
threw it forward.
He did.
To DeWitt, who then threw it again.
Again, which you can't do.
Right. So it was a nice attempt to save what was going to be not a good play. As it turns out, it was still not a good play with penalty. So that's going to set the Magic's clear back to their 11-yard line, bringing up second down 27. So not what the Magics needed there. They got 3:20. The clock stopped. Empty backfield. Hanlon takes the snap, drops the pass, throws it over the middle of the Gatto, and it's taken out of his hands and into the end zone by James Perry for Revere. So the interception Gatto was juggling the ball, trying to bring it in. Perry came and basically took it out of the air as Gatto was juggling. And boy, that's a killer, Chris. A quick pick six.
Who picked that off?
It was James Perry with the interception.
So James Perry is slowly turning into a big night here. Well, that was a very strange series. A great series for Revere.
And it sure was. Clifford will hold. Snap, spot, kick up right down the middle by Kennedy. And with that, a close game becomes much less so. Barberton really struggled on that drive, and then disaster struck with the Perry interception for the touchdown. Makes it Revere 24, Barberton 7, 3:12 remaining in the first half.
Well, you got to be impressed with this Revere team. Solid on offense, solid on defense, solid on special teams, and certainly not going to hurt themselves. I don't think they have, no penalties that I can remember except a sideline warning, and no turnovers. They can tackle well. Their running back is, solid. Their offensive line is really good. And saying all that, the fight in these Magics is certainly impressive at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, Chris, what you said there was Revere's playing a clean game.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense to me. They have 11 seniors starting, a veteran team that does not panic. They didn't get off to the best of starts, but you look up and all of a sudden it's 24-7. Kennedy with a squibber at the 30-yard line, this time taken by Starcher. He'll fall on it right there. They're going to give him the 31, I think. So the Magic, if they want to hang around here, definitely need to move the ball like they did in the first quarter and early second quarter. They've certainly shown that they can move the ball, but when they were set back there with that play that just went crazy on them, it spelled.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he does here. I'm wondering if they're going to go to the traditional set and give Gatto the ball a little bit.
He's in the backfield behind the quarterback, Jackson Hanlon. Snap. Fake that. Gatto all alone is Clee Thompson at the 30 to the 40 to the 45, 50. Across midfield, almost to the 45 of Revere. Just what the doctor ordered. The tackle over there, probably touchdown saving tackle. I'm trying to pick up the number. Looks like it was 24, who is David Haidu for the Minutemen.
Who's on the reception there?
Clee Thompson. So first down, Barberton at the 45, past this side at the 50 to the 45, and out of bounds inside the 40 for the Magics is Trent DeWitt. And here we go, the Magic's on the move. So as I was just saying before, it's not that they can't move the ball. It just got bitten a little bit by mistakes. But a touchdown here would get them back within striking distance before half.
Two nice plays.
Second down along 4 for the Magics. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Jackson Hanlon at the quarterback. He'll keep the ball inside behind Gatto and fall ahead. Not quite for a first down. He's going to be brought down. And a late flag for some extra effort that time. It looked like Haidu again on the tackle. Let's pick up what the call is here, but it was late. It seems to be a dead ball foul. The run came up about a yard short. Still, referees are still talking about it. He's about to tell us, head referee here. Yep, dead ball. Sounded like he said 62. It should be Logan Murray. No, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong side here. Would be Tegan Klein for the Minutemen. At any rate, tack on 15. That pushes the ball clear down to the 23 of Revere. the Magics will have it 1st and 10, 2:11 and rolling here in the second quarter. Gatto alongside Hanlon. Hanlon takes the snap, drops the pass. He'll dump it on the screen and drop by DeWitt. Trent DeWitt had it, although I'm not sure he had a lot in front of him,
No.
Chris. A nice job of pursuing him.
Bunch of white jerseys in front of him, but still a nice play. Got rid of the ball, being pressured, and that's okay, right? Not every play can be a positive, but it wasn't a negative play, which is good.
Yeah, that was James Perry again out on the pass defense. Second
Perry's
down 10.
everywhere.
He's having a nice half. 1:58 remaining first half. 2nd and 10. Hanlon, empty backfield. Drops the pass, under pressure, gets it over the middle, but overthrows Gatto for an incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd and 10. So you wonder here, Chris, if Coach Gatto throws a little wrinkle here on 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and, 10, right?
3rd and 10, ball in the 22.
I think go spread here. It worked for him earlier.
Yep, he's going empty. Hanlon standing at the 27 in the shotgun. 2 to the near side, 3, and the showing blitz and jumping off sides.
All right, there you go.
Is the Minutemen's number 34, Lane Shenago. Got across a little early there, so that'll change the math slightly. 3rd down and about 5.
You know, doing something, just making them work a little bit here on defense, I think is the philosophy to go with, right?
Yeah, and I think now at 3rd and 5, you certainly can consider running the ball twice, although he's got an empty backfield. But we've seen Gatto come out of that slot for the inside handoff. And again, looked like Revere might have jumped. They didn't kill the play this time. Hanlon rolling to the near side, tries to throw it. Ball batted up in the air and intercepted again. Perry with his 2nd straight interception off of a tip ball. He's taken down at the 19-yard line, and that ends another promising Magic's drive. That time, Chris, I think maybe for the first time in the first half, the young quarterback, Hanlon, probably should have either thrown that one away or maybe even eaten it. He was being pursued. He was throwing across his body.
Yeah, he
when
was.
they say don't throw it in the middle across your body, and that's kind of what he did there, although the man he was trying to hit was right in front of him.
Again, Revere making a solid play, sending a bunch of players. He was running for his life out there and tried to make a play and trying to do too much. And, man, James Perry is everywhere.
1st down handoff up the middle to about the 19, maybe the 20, is to Perry. No sooner did you talk about him on defense, there he is on offense.
He only got a yard. Okay.
Got a yard. He's human.
Yeah.
Or maybe his line is human.
Well, maybe Javankar's a little tired. He has 100 yards in the first half, so. Well, not quite. I have him at 95 so far.
It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
You know, Barberton certainly had their chances here, and Revere has just made the plays when they've had to.
Clifford takes the snap. Handoff inside. Again to Perry. Falls ahead for 2 or 3. Give him 2 on that. Bring up a 3rd down and a long 7, 53 seconds remaining. Timeout on the field. He signaled the timeout, but I think he thinks we can hear what he said, Chris. I don't know if that one's charged to Barberton.
It's Barberton.
Okay, so that's their 2nd timeout. I'll have 1 remaining.
Coach Cotto still coaching. 53 seconds left in the half. What down is it? 3rd down, right? It is 3rd down.
3rd down and long. And, yeah, why wouldn't he? I mean, they've got him backed up with 53 seconds remaining. And, you know, I'm sure he's thinking, hey, my team's about due to get a turnover. So
Absolutely.
Don't be surprised if they're tackling the ball here if they can. Stick with us at halftime on our Edward Jones halftime show, we'll be joined by Barberton Athletic Director John Sable. Interested to talk to John about a few things. 3rd down and 8. Clifford fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side. Doesn't find anybody. He'll pull the ball down and get the first down and more on the far side. Run out of bounds at the 35. Pushed out there by Gatto on the far side. But that'll be a first down for Revere. 45 seconds as he went out of bounds.
He has some wheels. That's the first play that he's made with his legs, and he hasn't had to in his defense.
Right.
And nice play by the quarterback.
So again, Clifford in the shotgun. Alongside him, James Perry. Snap, he'll roll to the near side. Looking downfield, has a man open in the middle of the field who can't quite hang on at the 45. He was trying to get it to Nick Hall. Nick, I think Chris turned to run before he fully pulled it in.
That was a really nice throw, though, wasn't it?
It was a nice throw. It was a nice route. He got himself open in the middle of that zone, and
he had all day to throw.
Put it right on him.
All day to throw. That route cleared. It was a beautiful play.
See that they're mentioning the press box sponsor on the scoreboard of East of Chicago. Thank you, folks. Love the pizza. Snap, handoff. Jervinkar to the near side across the 40, the 45, up to the 50, to the 46-yard line. Flag on the play. I think we're going to have a holding against Revere. They're pointing backwards. So 32 seconds remaining in the half, and that's going to set the Minutemen back.
Yeah, my guess is he's going to run the clock out now, but we'll see.
Yeah, you would think so here, right? You don't want to make any kind of mistakes that gives the Magics the ball back at this point in the field with enough time, and there can be a quick strike offense. So I would be surprised to see anything other than a handoff or maybe a quarterback run here. Clock is running.
Who called the timeout?
And now it stops. Revere's going to take a timeout here. Their second timeout.
Well, I have been consistent the entire night. I've been wrong, so...
Well, if you're going to be wrong, Chris, at least be consistent about it. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
What were you wrong about?
He's calling timeout with 25 seconds to go, so clearly he's probably going to try moving the ball. How many timeouts do they have left? None,
they have one. They have one after this.
They have one left.
That was their second. Yeah, I'm curious as to whether that was the intent to say, hey, we're still going to try to move this down the field, or just to tell everybody, be sure you wrap it up here and don't try to do anything too crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, in fairness, when they've had to make a play or when they wanted to make a play, they have tonight. But who? Is that Perry back? Yeah, that is Perry back in there. Tailback.
Yeah. Sam Childs, by the way, is the up back, the blocking back. Under center this time is Clifford, and he's going to take a knee. So that was the discussion during the timeout. He'll knee it down at the 31, the clock running, and that should be our last play.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong for the record.
Yeah, now
it didn't look right.
This is why I use pencils. I have to erase that. Chris was not wrong on that one. We'll take that one away. So at halftime, the Revere Minutemen lead the Barberton Magics 24-7. Let's take this timeout for the Edward Jones halftime show.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here at Barberton High School's Rudy Sharkey Stadium, where the Revere Minutemen lead the Barberton Magics 24-7 at halftime. I am enjoying it, and I'm particularly enjoying our opportunity to talk with Barberton Athletic Director John Sable. John, I'm going to ask you to move your mic up just a little bit so we can make sure we get you. There you go. And I'm happy to see you're able to get up here this week. So Barberton fans may know, but John had some knee surgery. We were hoping to talk to him in week 1, but be even more excited to talk to him tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to see you moving well. So it's been a busy couple of weeks here in the Suburban American. Not the kind of busy that an athletic director would particularly want to have a reason for being busy, but it seems that things are settled, at least for now. So what are the Magic's plans for moving ahead here for the rest of the season and maybe even into the future?
Sure. Number one, staying healthy. Obviously, when you talk about the game of football, it's not easy to do. We obviously, a week ago, it's been a rough 7 to 10 days for both communities, the Highland community and ourselves. So obviously stay healthy, keep pushing through the rest of the season, and hopefully as time goes on, build our numbers. I know that's one of the big things Coach Gatto wants. So we have a strong program, youth through high school. Tonight we obviously got a chance to celebrate Youth Night in terms of our cheerleaders and football players, and that was exciting for those kids and our fans.
Right. And in the background, I hesitate to turn from the camera, but I know Chris and I were talking about the band, and I technically maybe not part of the athletic director's domain, but one of the great things you've always had here and continue to have at Barberton is a great support from your marching band.
Oh, no doubt. Our band director, Celeste Wagner, does a great job. It's always exciting to see those kids. When we talk about our fall sports, our band is a part of it, and those kids are out here doing 2 days just like our fall sports teams, and those kids work hard, and the directors, and so we're excited to have that part of our athletic program as well.
They certainly make the pageantry of Friday nights what it is in high school in Northeast Ohio. So, athletic director, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, well, football's the big sport in the fall, and that's all they do in the fall. But I know you do way more than that. And as we approach the end of the football season, you got just as big, maybe a busier season coming up this winter. So you got basketball, wrestling, bowling, I believe, and what else is coming up, and what are you looking forward to here at Barberton this winter?
Yeah, that's one of the things we always talk about is we have 18 sports here at the high school, and all those sports are just as important to us, whether it's a team that has 55, 60 kids or a team, say like our tennis team that, is around 10 or 12, because all those kids and what they do, in their field of competition, but more importantly in the classroom is important. Obviously transitioning out of the fall sports season into the winter sports season, there's a little bit of crossover with some of those kids who play fall sports. We still have, obviously, our football season going on, volleyball, boys soccer, and girls soccer. They're going to start their tournaments this week. And then a lot of those kids are going to, turn in their cleats or their tennis shoes and spikes and, go either in the swimming pool, bowling alley, wrestling, or basketball. So.
Right. Yeah, so it's never over until it's finally over. Correct. Then you get ready and start all again, right?
Yep.
So some big news happening that we've known about for some time here in the Suburban American. That's Talmadge, Kent and Cuyahoga Falls. This is their final season of competition here in the Suburban American. They're moving on to the Metro Athletic Conference. How does that leave Barberton specifically in the Suburban American in the bigger picture? I mean, what do we know for sure going forward, and what, if anything, is still a little bit up in the air about this league?
Sure. So obviously Kenston and Mayfield are two new schools that are coming in that'll be on the American Conference side. Medina's going on the National Conference side. And then, I should know this. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. And I believe Brexville or Twinsburg is transferring over to the American Conference side. Okay. The interesting thing about a lot of those teams that you had mentioned, those that are leaving and those that are staying, I've been here. This is my 30th year. And I remember when I came in, we had the Metro.
Right.
Then went over the WRC. Then we were in the old Suburban League, a little bit smaller, about 8 teams. We were independent, I believe, for about 6 years, and then joined the Suburban League that we know it now. I think it was in 2014.
Right.
So, it's exciting to see, new teams come in. It's always sad to see teams leave, especially Roosevelt, Cuyahoga Falls, and
Talmadge.
And Talmadge, because those are teams that we've played for a long time in a variety of different sports, and great communities, great schools, and great people.
Yeah,
so.
some great friendships and rivalries are amongst those teams. So I guess this is probably more of an AD and somewhat of a coach's question. So great to get some influx of new teams to form some rivalries against. The immediate thought in my mind, and I may be wrong about this, but it seems like it's going to create some significant extra travel for your teams. Am I right about that? And is that something everybody's prepared to deal with?
Yeah, I know when we were looking at, what teams were going to be coming in, that was one of the things that you looked at. You plot things out on a map, and how does that fit in, especially when you're talking about a weekday event in terms of, when you're talking about basketball or soccer, where you're going to travel and you're going to get home a little bit later on a school night. And, the thing that I would say that our student athletes and coaches are very aware of is making sure that they put that priority with the classroom first.
Sure.
And the kids take care of business there. And then obviously you got to plan ahead when you have those late nights, and, kids get home a little bit later, make sure when we send them away here, the kids have something to eat. And then, I've seen kids, both visiting teams and our kids, studying, before thinking of like a volleyball game, especially those freshmen and JV teams studying before they play. Yeah. So then when they get home, they don't have as much to do. So.
Right. It's funny. I was at a volleyball game just this week, and I saw a young lady who was on the JV team. While the varsity was warming up, had her school book out there in the bleachers, doing her homework, and too many times we focus on the very few little negatives we can find in high school sports, when by and large we're still talking about student athletes,
correct?
People that do the right thing on both ends.
Yeah,
and I think that's a testament to folks like yourself and the coaches, not only here at Barberton but hopefully all around the league. So one of the things I think's been consistent in my mind through the years at Barberton is not only great play on the field and great play on the courts, but great facilities here in the last few years. And you've taken an old stadium here and made it shiny and new, and it's attractive. And I know you've hosted a lot of state playoffs games here in the past. Is that on the books for Barberton this year? And if so, do you know what division might be coming here to play? Or?
Yeah, so thinking of football, I believe we looked ahead on the calendar, and I think November 21st would be the date. I think 21st and 28th are the 2 dates that would be possible to host football here. We already host regional volleyball and regional basketball. We've done that for a long time, going all the way back to Mr. Billingmeyer's days. So, yeah, we do have great facilities. I think our kids, our fans, our coaches appreciate it. Sometimes you take it for granted until, nothing against other schools, but sometimes you don't know what you have until you don't have it.
Well, and I think it takes a solid community support too, right? It can't just be the athletic director and maybe a handful of coaches to pull off these kind of, I know you do like regional basketball tournaments in one of the most beautiful gyms in Jack Reynolds gym. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, Jack Reynolds floor.
Yeah. Here at Barberton and again at Rudy Sharkey Stadium. So you're to be commended not only for your staff, but for the community here and the way they support what you guys do. So
yeah, the community is great, and obviously the people, our staff, our maintenance and custodial crews, they do a great job, because a lot of times when you're hosting events, whether it be out here or inside, they've got late nights once everything's done that they've got to clean up and take care of things.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because our crew here at Fifth Dimension is often at football games, especially among the last to leave, and the ones waiting on us to get our butts out of here are always the custodians, and they're always so pleasant. And, yeah, they do that unsung work that makes everything look so great to everybody else. So. Yep. Hey, John, thanks so much for it's not a short walk up these bleachers, so thanks for coming up and spending a few minutes with us here at halftime, and have a great rest of the football season and a great winter season for you here at Barberton.
Thanks for Fifth Dimension being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
Appreciate it. We're going to take this 30-second timeout, and we'll be back to take a look at the first half.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Barberton's Rudy Sharkey Stadium at halftime, where Revere leads Barberton 24-7. So an entertaining first half, and be joined here by Chris Canova in just a moment. Big game tonight, especially for Revere, who have the opportunity to make a run at a league title next week when they host the Highland Hornets. Hornets lead the Suburban American at this point, and I'm going to pull up here some halftime scores to see where we're at. Highland leading Kent Roosevelt 41-0 at halftime. Not a big surprise there. Copley leading Cuyahoga Falls 42-0 at half, and also at halftime Aurora over Talmadge 21-0. So Chris, pretty much what we were expecting for tonight, which unless Barberton can make a run and win this, which is certainly possible, they're going to need to get some rest there in the halftime locker room. Thank you, Bob. Here we are. Hello. They're going to have to get some rest to make that run in the second half. But otherwise, it's going to come down to the Suburban American next week,
right,
when these Revere Minutemen, assuming that they can hang on tonight, will have an opportunity, and it would be an upset, I think, in most people's eyes, to knock off Highland and thereby give themselves a good chance to win a Suburban American title. So
it certainly seems like it would be an upset. I've not seen Highland. It seems like they have an explosive offense. I'm not sure they've played a game without a running clock all year, to be honest with you. But we're going to see next week, it looks like. This Revere team is solid. Their line play, both sides of the ball, is extremely good. Their quarterback has put the ball where he needed to. Their two running backs have looked good tonight. You know, they're wearing down this Barberton team, pretty efficiently, and they made the plays that they had to. So we'll see what the Magic come out with. My expectation is they're going to come out and do everything they can to get back in this game. But you got to believe. I'm not sure they wore down in the first half. I'm not sure it's going to be much better in the second half, but let's hope for the best.
Well, you were pretty effusive in your praise for several of the Minutemen, but in particular James Perry on both sides of the ball. So on defense, he has a pick six, he has another interception, and he has a pass defense. And that'd be a full night for most guys just on one side of the ball. But he had a little bit to say on the offensive side as well.
He had a 12-yard rushing touchdown. He has 20 yards offensively rushing altogether. So, he's all around, several tackles beyond those defensive stats. We have Harrison, and Javenkar, who has near 100 yards rushing on 13 carries. I don't think he played the last half of the second quarter. and they would be at, they lost 20 yards rushing on the first first series on the sack. But even at that, they have 110 yards rushing for the first half. They've pretty much done what they want. Now, saying that, Barberton did hold the ball quite a bit in the first half, and it could be a lot worse if they didn't, right?
Right. And I think we've said this throughout the season with Barberton specifically, and with some other teams too. Sometimes the score is not 100% indicator of the game, because Barberton, other than the one drive where they kind of shot themselves in the foot there in mid-second quarter, has moved the ball pretty consistently. And the fact they only have 7 on the board is a testament to the Revere defense that stiffened at the right times, kept them out of the end zone. But this is, to me, a closer game than the score would indicate. But we always worry about, and Coach Gatto put a rubber stamp on it, that we worry about Barberton's stamina, especially in the fourth quarter. So that'll be a key to me to see what happens here going forward. But yeah, I agree with you. Very impressive effort by the Minutemen. So if they can finish this one out, and then maybe next week they'll have a shot. They do have a home game with Highland, and that sometimes
Well, I tell you what, I mean, before we got here tonight, and I guess for the last couple of weeks we've been hearing they lost a close game to Aurora, I think 2 weeks ago or so, and they lost their tailback and their linebacker, and that was a surprising loss for them. Coach talked about it a little bit tonight before the game, and man, I'd like to see that running back, because this running back is very good, very good. Very, they have 2 running backs, both about 6 feet tall, right. 200 pounds, powerful running backs. Offensive line is powerful, so I'm curious to see how they do against Highland next week, who is, at least one in the top 5 of the state, if not the best team in the state.
Yeah, very interesting. So next week we'll be at Mogadore. You were mentioning before tonight's kickoff that schedule-wise, at least, it looks like the Wildcats have an opportunity to run the table here and end up 9-1 on the season. They are ranked 2nd currently in their region in Division 7, which would get them a bye, and bringing it back to the game tonight. Revere, even if they should happen to drop the game next week against Highland, we think that there's still an opportunity that they may get a first-round bye, right?
Exactly. So if they have Copley, which is another big game for them, the last game of the year, which I believe is Copley, I believe is 5-2. So they're having a great year as well. A big game in this conference, but a bigger game for the state playoffs and seeding. And if they can get by Copley that last game of the year, I would bet on them getting a home, or actually, I would bet on them getting a bye the first round of the state playoffs, and then a home game in the second round, which is huge.
Yeah. Revere currently is 3rd in their Region 10, behind Buckeye from Medina County and Wapakoneta. Revere has just over 13 points, so they're a little more than 3 points out of 2nd and about 5 out of 1st. So it looks as if a potential to move up 1 spot, unlikely that they could move up 2 spots, but they're where they want to be.
Exactly.
A chance to maintain that position that they have currently and get that first round bye. So let's take a look at some of the other local.
Well, you mentioned the Wildcats, so we see them next week, and all year long, they struggle to find games. They're a small school. They're Division 7, right?
Yes.
And so they every week they're playing a bigger school, it seems like. And most of those schools are, they have a strong schedule. Not only are they playing bigger schools, those schools win the games in their leagues. So I think they're coming up against some teams maybe their own size, and
they should be able to hold on to their current number 2 ranking and outside chance of moving up to number 1.
And oh my goodness, if their coach heard us talking about his team like that, he would not be happy with us.
No, but it's our job to make coaches unhappy with us, and we're pretty darn good at it. Division 4, Norton ranked number 1 right now in Division 4 Region 13. Other teams of note in our area. Streetsboro's at number 7. Northwest is at number 8. So those teams look to be pretty comfortable with a playoff spot. Just outside of a playoff spot is Woodridge at number 13. And unfortunately, I saw Woodridge is not doing well against Norton tonight. No, we'll check that score specifically in a bit. But
that's a big game for Norton, Ron, because I could be mistaken, but they don't play a game against a team with more than one win for the rest of the year. So this is their big point game, and they're going to have to hold on.
They definitely needed tonight to get some points to hold on to that number 1. They're about 2 points, point and a half ahead of Manor Lake Catholic. In Region 14 in Division 4, Cloverleaf is currently at 6. And let's see how close they are to a bye. They're about little over 2, maybe 2.5 points out of a bye position. So Cloverleaf looks like they'll more than likely get into the playoffs. The bye looks like a little work to be done. Let's see what else we can pull up here. Here's your favorite division, Chris. Division 2, Region 5. So Hoban, number 1.
By the way, they are losing 9-5 at halftime.
Wow.
Against Glenville.
Wow. And here's the news for Hoban. They're at number 1, but going into tonight, 0.2 of a point, not even quite 0.2 ahead of Lake, who has the number 2 spot. Walsh is in the number 3 spot. Nordonia number 4. Hudson 7. Twinsburg 9, and Kenmore Garfield at 12. So that one's just packed with local teams. A lot of that can be affected here in the last 3 weeks of play.
A lot of those schools play a big game. Hoban, Glenville, Lake is playing Camp McKinley tonight. Who else? Nordonia, I think, plays Hudson maybe. So a lot of big games in that region tonight.
Right. Region 6 in Division 2, Highland, who we had talked about, is in the number 1 slot ahead of Avon, who's one of the better teams in the state. Highland's about a point ahead of Avon, and Wadsworth is number 3, just less than 0.2 of a point behind Avon. So a battle there for the number 1 slot in Region 6 in Division 2. All kinds of, and I think, does this make sense to you with the growth in the central part of the state and the southwest and the Columbus and Cincinnati areas of Division 1 teams? Many of the former Division 1 teams in this area are now Division 2 and Division 3, and you just see these regions packed with quality teams, right?
Exactly. I mean, so I was surprised to see Stowe in Division 2. Those schools, all those schools
a really
used to be
big
Division
school.
1. It is. So, it is surprising. And most of the schools that we see Division 1 around here are in Canton.
Correct.
Or Cleveland.
I'm trying to think of no Akron-specific Summit County teams in Division 1 that are in.
That's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah. Division 1, Region 1, Mentor is the top team, followed by Lakewood St. Ed's. Coming in right now in the 3rd spot is Camp McKinley with 16 points, so they're a little more than 2 behind St. Ed's. I have to mention this one because it's a namesake. Toledo Whitmer's at number 5. Would really love to see them move up into that.
Isn't Whitmer good at everything? They're good
Pretty
at
much.
basketball, football, baseball.
Not just at sports.
Well, yeah, there you go.
And Jackson
we have a game going on
number
here.
6 in Region 1. So there's a look at the potential playoffs, and Chris alerted me that we have a ball game here. So Mr. Kennedy, David Kennedy, will kick off to start the second half here for Revere. Barberton would like to get the ball and get it downfield and get some points on the board, get back into this game. So thanks for joining us tonight on Fifth Dimension Radio. Ron Whitmer along with Chris Canova. There's the kick. Another low line drive, this time fielded, and we're going to have a run back this time across the 35, 37, now to the 40. A great job up to the 45 of keeping his feet. Avian Owens-Cottrell has had a nice night for the Magic. And that'll get them in great field position here to start the second half at their own 45.
All right, let's see what the Magic come out with this half.
Looked like Freight that time on the tackle. Tyler Freight, the senior defensive back. Hanlon, the quarterback for Barberton, stands on his own 40, empty backfield. Quick pass out to number 9, Noah Wright, who brings it in just short of the first down at the 48-yard line of Revere. The Wright's, I believe, first catch of the night will bring up a 2nd down and 3. And one of the many things I like out of Hanlon, Chris, he seems to sense the blitz and has been able to get the ball out of his hands quickly.
He does. And, nice job setting him up for success there, too. Short patterns.
Barberton really believes in this sophomore class, and Hanlon's one of them, and I can certainly see why. Empty backfield, looking to throw again. This time he'll run up the middle, gets rid of it just before he crosses the line of scrimmage to Noah Wright once again on the near side at about the 42. That's enough for a first down. And again, the Magic's moving the ball. It's 24-7, Chris, but I really see the growth in this team since we saw them in week 1 and then midseason.
So much better. And
even to me, though they're losing and they beat Falls convincingly, I think that they're playing even better tonight. Now,
offensively, much more fluid.
Yeah. Scoreboard doesn't reflect that, but sometimes the scoreboard can lie a bit. Hanlon, empty backfield, looking to pass. He'll pull it down and got caught from behind that time, and a wise idea not to throw it away. Tackle for the sack is from Elijah Cedar.
And sometimes you got to take those sacks. I mean, if you're going to pass the ball every play, you're going to have to sacrifice that, every now and again, especially when you go empty, because there's no blocking back. Your quarterback is going to have to use his feet.
Yeah. And he attempted to that time, but Cedar caught him from behind. About a 6-yard loss, 2nd down 16. Hanlon with Gatto in motion. Drops the pass and got pressure again and taken down again. First man missed him, but second man did not. Second man was Joel Capon, 6'3" defensive end, a junior. Capon with his first sack on the night, and that'll set the Magic clear back to their own 45. They got to get the ball to the 32 of Revere for the first down. It's 3rd down, 23.
So Revere's being a little bit more aggressive here, right? So when they're going empty, they're bringing somebody and putting more pressure on the quarterback to get rid of the ball quickly.
And now we see Gatto back behind Hanlon. He'll go in motion. Hanlon dropping the pass, avoids the rusher, but the second one gets there. And again, that was Capon with the first hit. They're probably going to credit the tackle to Michael Mark. He'll get the actual sack, but Capon made it all happen.
Well,
that brings up 4th, and I can't count that high. I can count
quite a ways.
4th and 31. Given the state of the game, you might think that they go for it here, but I'm betting on a punt. And yes, I see Gates back there. So 4th and 31. Sounds like an insane statement. They might go for it on 4th and 31, but snap. The punt is away. A nice high wobbly kick coming down just outside the 30 and rolling. A great Barberton roll down to the 15, now down to about the 13, maybe the 12. So a great punt by Gates.
Yeah, that was a really good punt. Good for him, good coverage, smart play by the young man from Revere. So let's see if they can make a play defensively. They've played well offensively. They haven't made a ton of plays defensively yet. I'd like to see some growth there, but it's tough when you're playing a senior-laden team like Revere. Very tough to make plays.
Yeah, the big fella in the middle for Barberton in that line is number 70, and unfortunately I don't have his name. Snap, the pitch to the near side, and it's Dravenka run out of bounds at about the 12, so I'm sorry, the 17. So a pickup of 5.
Yeah, I'd say about 5. There you go.
Bring up 2nd and 5. So
nice little stretch play there.
That may have pushed Dravenkar over 100 for the game.
Yep, that did it.
So I know there's a gentleman in the booth next to us probably pretty happy about that. And there's probably about 60 gentlemen on the far sideline that are pretty happy about that. Clifford, quarterback, fakes the pitch, keeps it up the middle, and he's smacked hard, taken down at about the 20-yard line.
Who was
like
that?
The hit was delivered by number 27, Jalen Allen Posey. He's had a really nice night. He had 3 first-half tackles, another good tackle there.
Really nice play by him.
3rd down and 3, ball on the 20. 7:35 remaining, 3rd quarter. Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova from Barberton's Rudy Sharkey Stadium. Clifford standing at his own 15. This time with Perry, hands it off up the middle. He's got a hole. He's up across the 25 to the 28, maybe 29. That'll be enough for a 1st down. And Revere keeps moving the ball on the ground.
Nice cutback there by Perry. Did what he had to get the 1st down.
So it's a little early for this, Chris, but we do have our player of the game to think about, and there was certainly a candidate there in Perry. Dravenkar also a candidate, so got to start thinking about those things. Handoff to Perry, and he's caught in the backfield that time at the 25 and taken down by Owens Cottrell again. Big night for Avion Owens Cottrell.
So they pulled the left side of the line there, and the defensive lineman from Barberton just beat it, right? He followed him down the line and made a nice play on the tailback.
I got him for a sack, 3 other tackles, and a pass defense at a minimum. So great night on the defensive side for Owens Cottrell. Clifford, 2nd down, 14, takes a snap. Hands to Dravenkar, running to the far side. He's across the 30, the 35, the 40. He's got a 1st down, and he's knocked out of bounds there on the far side. Driven out by Cash McKinney for the Magics, but a 1st down for Revere. 6:01 remaining. They lead 24-7.
I mean, he looks like he's faster than he looks. That was a quick 20 yards.
Yeah,
he just exploded out of that backfield, and it's almost like between him and Perry, it's a change of pace back situation here.
Yeah, he got to the edge quickly. There's no doubt about it. Coming to the near side is Uriah Pulliam, the receiver. Clifford fakes a handoff, rolls to the near side, passes back to the other side, and it's picked off at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown for the Magic. Trying to pick up who that was. That was number 3, Trent DeWitt. Boy, he read that play, Chris. He had it right from the get-go. And to me, that's scouting. That's good film work and good prep in the week ahead. And all of a sudden,
absolutely,
all of a sudden, it's about to be a 24-14 game possibly. So a great job by DeWitt.
Great job. Now, does he have to kick the extra point?
Yeah, this could bring it back to a 10-point game. This is Leary. Blake Leary on to attempt the extra point. Spots high, kicks up, and good. So Leary knocks through the extra point with 5:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's Revere 24, Barberton 14. Let's take this quick timeout.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
So, big play big play for the Barberton Magics, and all of a sudden we got a ball game again. It's Revere 24, Barberton 14 after the pick 6 from Trent DeWitt. DeWitt, by the way, is senior linebacker, 5'10", 170 pounds, and was playing more of a corner in that situation, and just stepped in front and had nothing but green in front of him.
We've been waiting for a play all night by this defense, and they did it. Good for them.
So the folks that are still with us here on the Barberton side got a little excited. Kickoff by Gates is deep. Looks like Jervenkar across the 20, 25, hit hard and spun around, finally taken down at it near the 30. He did a great job to stay on his feet. Tackle that time by 32 for Barberton, who is Micah McWilliams.
Well, we're going to see how Revere responds here, and yeah, you have to imagine Barberton's pretty pumped up right now, and we'll see if they can take this momentum and get another stop.
So, Chris, let me ask you this: if you're Coach Nickel, do you loosen things up a little bit, or you stick with what's successful, which has been the ground attack?
I think number 4 here.
Well, there you go. It's almost losing it was Jervenkar. Ball popped up in the air and right back into his hands at the 31-yard line. So a short gain of about 2. Boy, that could have been disaster. And a flag on the far side.
This is going to be a flag on Revere.
What do we got here?
I think this is.
Okay, so I don't want to
maybe a little bit unsettled here. We'll see what the call is.
No, it's going to be against Barberton.
Huh?
Dead ball.
Okay, well.
Didn't pick up who it was. The flag was clear on the far side.
It was.
A good 40 yards away from the play. So whatever it was, not a wise decision for the Magic.
I guess I only saw one part of that. Anyway, first down and 10, right?
Yeah,
for Revere.
and oftentimes the referees see the second thing that happened. So not sure what happened, but it's first down 10 at 46. Hand off to Jervenkar up the middle, across the 50 to the 45 and to the 43-yard line, where he's taken down by Trent DeWitt and Cash McKinney.
I think we're going to see a lot of number 4 here, Jervenkar, and he's a load. He's tough. He doesn't look tired at all, does he? As I say that, they pull him out.
Well,
but Perry is...
as you mentioned, in the second quarter, they did get him a break where Perry started getting the carry. So he's back in there now, behind Clifford. Handoff up the middle. Maybe 2 for Perry. Barberton tackle by number 42, who is Joseph Porter. First time calling his name tonight.
Perry's a good running back, just not quite as explosive as number 4 is, but Barberton's also playing pretty good up front. It's just that Jervenkar looks like he has a little bit of ability to bounce it outside.
So Perry behind Clifford. Takes the handoff up the middle across the 40 to about the 35, where he'll be about 2 yards short of a first down, bringing up 3rd and 2. Ball at the Magics. They're going to spot it back at the 36, so 3rd and 3. Again, I'm probably wearing this out, but for Barberton, another big play here. They'd love to get a stop and get the ball back and see if they can make this even a closer game as we approach the fourth quarter. 3:37 remaining and rolling here in the third quarter. Revere leads by 10. Clifford at his own 41. Takes the snap, hands it to Jervenkar. He's bottled up, but still squirms through a little bit of a hole for a first down at the Magic's 31-yard line. Chris,
that was a great run, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it? I mean, sometimes we talk about his quickness, we talk about his toughness, but that time it was vision. He had the slightest of holes, got skinnier somehow and got through it and got a first down.
So we're sitting right on top of this play, and didn't look like much was there. Followed his blockers, and you can't run that play much better than the running back did there.
What a great job. 1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line of Barberton. Clifford to Dravenkar again. He bounces it outside across the 30 to about the 25, inside the 25 to the 24. Another big run. He had nothing up the middle. Saw that, bounced it outside, picked up about 7 on the play, brings up 2nd down 3.
He's another one that always seems to fall forward for a yard or two.
Yeah. We've been blessed to see some really good running backs this year, and he's right up there with some of the best of them.
We have
got an injured Magic and an injured Minuteman down, and they're about 3 feet from each other, Chris. So I don't know if that was during the block on that.
I don't know. The Barberton kid looks like he's really in pain here. Let's hope they're both okay. Well, on that play right there, Dravenkar, again, runs off tackle, sees a little bit of a seam outside, bounces outside, and then you see that quick burst of speed. And right at the end of the play where he's stopped, he lowers his shoulder and gets that 1 or 2 extra yards. For most running backs, that's probably, a 4-yard. After they bounce it outside, maybe a 4-yard gain. He turns it into like a 7-yard gain. And man, that you keep doing that all night, it makes a huge difference. Makes it a very long night for a defense.
The Barberton player is up. We have so many people tending to both of these guys that I still can't pick up a number.
This is what the American health system should look like.
Yeah, exactly. So it was Dravenkar that was down, and Clee Thompson for Barberton. So 2 key players for their respective teams. Both are able to get up and leave under their own power. See, Thompson appears to be staying on the field. I think Revere's going to take no chances, at least for now, with Dravenkar, who goes off to the far side. So we're at 2nd and 3, 2:36 remaining, 3rd quarter. And Revere leading 24-14 over Barberton.
Okay, so it's second or 3rd down? It's 2nd, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. 2nd down. And 7-yard pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 3. Clifford under center. Long count. He'll turn and hand it to Perry. He's got an opening on the far side of the 10 to the 5 and knocks a man over going into the end zone. So there you go. Another touchdown for James Perry. A run of about 23 yards.
23 yards, okay.
Or no, I think you had it 25, yeah.
And, I guess I use this word a lot. My sons tell me when I get home after they listen to the broadcast, wow, he took off from, the 4-yard line? And he just exploded through 2 Barberton defenders and into the end zone.
Here's an old term from the days of yore, which is also an old term. We'll get to it right after Kennedy tries to knock this one through. He does for the extra point, but the Perry delivered the slobber knocker.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
If that was not the definition of a slobber knocker, I'm not sure what was. But the extra point makes it Revere 31, Barberton 14. So just as the Magic kind of got back in it, they're going to have to do that again. 2:08 remaining, 3rd quarter. Let's take this 60-second timeout to hear from the stables.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
There we go. We're back. Sorry, folks. A little bit of quick technical snafu. You missed the kick, and you missed an interesting attempt to recover the kickoff. It was a low-line drive, but Barberton did fall on it. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 37. They trail 31-14, 2:02 remaining. Handoff up the middle to Gatto. Gatto ahead for maybe a yard on 1st down.
You know, they could do this every third play, and Gatto would likely break it every, maybe let's say every 5, 6, 7 plays, whatever. He's going both ways. They can't run this and pound him like this all night long. So I love what they're trying to do and spread him out. But it makes the game longer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And gives Revere more opportunities.
You'll never guess who stepped into the hole to make that tackle.
Shocker. Perry?
James Perry,
yeah.
Linebacker, yep. 2nd down, 9. Hanlon, he'll throw over the middle and a little too quick that time. Before Trent DeWitt could look up, the ball sailed over his head, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down, 9 for the Magics. And again, we have a full quarter to play, so if they can find another quick strike here, whether it's on offense or defense, they can hang around and make things interesting. Hanlon came to the sideline to get the play. Minute 15 with the clock stopped. 3rd quarter. Gatto standing to the right of Hanlon. Spread offense in motion is DeWitt to the near side. Rolling to the far side. Hanlon, inside handoff to Gatto, has to go backwards, and boy, that didn't work out well as he got tackled for a big loss on the near side sideline. And that was on the tackle. Mr. Perry, there he is. He is making a statement here tonight. And not that his teammate Harrison Dravenkar is not making a statement. And the quarterback, as we've seen the last few weeks, has been steady in directing everything. So it's.
Well, I don't think Dravenkar is playing defense.
Yeah, he's not out there for the kick return, at least. I don't see him. Oh, yes, I do. He is the returner on the far side.
They have him listed as a D-back. I don't remember him on a tackle tonight yet.
Jason Gates to punt it away, flag down, a great punt, high and deep. Fair catch called for at the 20, dropped and then picked up by number 5, Nicholas Hall for Revere. Going to see what the penalty is and see if Revere will make him kick again, because that was a beautiful punt. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a killer this time of the game against Barberton, because they're going to make him re-kick.
One of the better punts I've seen all season, and it's going to go for naught. So, Mr. Gates, can you reproduce what you just did?
Well, the last kick he had was pretty good too, right? That was the one on the other 20-yard line?
Yeah, he got a good roll with that one. This one,
he booted.
The line of scrimmage was about the 35. The kick came down at the other 20, so that's 45 yards in the air with a lot of hang time. This time he's standing on his own 15. Let's see if he can replicate that. High snap. He gets it away. Another good one, a spiral. This one's going to the 25, so just as far, fumbled, and Gatto didn't see it in time. It wasn't Gatto. It was actually number 13, Cash McKinney, who ran right past it for Barberton. Had he seen it and fallen on it, what great field position. So a great chance there, and I think for the first time all year, we're looking at a next-level punter here.
That's right. He's been booming it all night long.
Yeah, very impressive, and that one had the spiral and the whole deal.
Any more of the games played where we don't see a lot of punts. Wide open offenses.
Yeah.
Teams are 4th and 3, they're going for it.
He can certainly be a weapon. That'll give the ball back to the Minutemen. They're at their own 29, 1st and 10. Clifford takes the snap, hands it to Perry, who's running wide at the 25, and he's met there for a very short gain. Looked like 27 on the tackle, who is Jalen Allen Posey for the Magics. He was there along with his teammate, Micah McWilliams.
Nice job by the Magic there, making them go side to side, which is what they have to do to this Revere team. Going to be the end of the third quarter, it looks like.
Yep, clock running down.
No, they're going to have to run one. Are they? It's going to be close.
11. I think we're going to make it to the quarter.
Yeah.
Yep. So, with our score, Revere 31, Barberton 14, let's take this timeout to hear from Edward Jones.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Hey fans, if you want to keep up with Northeast Ohio sports, high school, college, and pros, Fifth Dimension Radio's weekly sports talk show, 10 Cent Beer Night, is the place to be. Join host Seth Lepucki and Fifth Dimension Radio owner Bob Fritz every Wednesday night at 7:30 as they examine the ups and downs of the previous week in area sports, including a look back at tonight's matchup. That's 10 Cent Beer Night on Fifth Dimension Radio's YouTube page. And also, please join us again next week, 6:45 airtime, 7 o'clock game time from Mogadore as the Wildcats host the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights. Wildcats looking for upping their playoff position. They currently stand at the number 2, and they'd like to win out here and see if they can't get up to the number 1 spot. Chris and I will be looking forward to seeing the progress they've made. So it's second down 11 for Revere. Handoff inside to Perry. He's across the 30 out to about 34. That's a gain of about 6 yards. So he continues to roll up both yards and points, Chris, on both sides of the ball. He's got a pick 6. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. He's working his way towards 100 yards.
So I wonder if Dervain Carr's ankle is, I'm guessing it's an ankle. I don't know if it's an ankle or not.
He's in there. They moved him out to the near side wide receiver here right in front of us.
Okay.
So under center is Clifford. Perry behind him. Handoff to Perry up the middle. He's near the first down, but a little short. They're going to mark him 2 yards short. Going to bring up a 4th down and 2 with the ball at the 37-yard line. And let's see what Bobby Nickel, he's not thinking twice. He said, punt this ball away. Let's protect this lead we have, 4th quarter lead of 17 points. They lead 31-14.
Smart move.
10:50 to go.
As announcers, I'm saying, go for it.
Yes, you are. Donovan Juby is the punter for Revere. And the return man looks like Trent DeWitt for Barberton. Juby, kind of the Australian-style kick. He gets a good one off with a good bounce, and DeWitt loses it but falls back on it at his own 16-yard line for Barberton. So DeWitt looks spent too, Chris, right? He's on his back right now.
I think he might have a cramp right now.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, looks like it. He had to turn pretty quick, and he either got a cramp or he maybe twisted a knee there. But with 10:21 remaining here in the 4th quarter, let's take this 30-second timeout.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Back here at Barberton, and Trent DeWitt is hopping off the field on one leg, still in pain and still with the cramp, but showing some guts there. Everybody wanted to help him off the field, and he wanted no part of that. So he makes it to the sideline. We believe it's just a cramp. Hopefully that's all it is, and we'll see him back in there. But Revere with a big lead and the ball. Let's give some credit to their big guys up front, have been opening holes all night. Dylan Pollack. And I take it back. I've gotten myself lost here. It's Barberton with the ball. Handoff to Gatto. He's got a hole up the middle across the 30 to 34-yard line. Big run by Angelo Gatto, his biggest of the night, I believe. Might have had a bigger one in the first quarter, but that'll move the ball out to the 34.
They missed a face mask there. Saying that, great run.
We got one of the big guys not down on the field, but hunched over at about the 15 for the Magic. And Chris, it is that time of the night for Barberton. We've talked about this timeless amount of times, but when you have so few available bodies to get guys rest during the game, a lot of times when we get to the fourth quarter, we're seeing these kind of generally not catastrophic injuries. I certainly don't want to suggest that they're not all important, but these guys are tired. They're getting banged up. And,
did he have to call a timeout there? Is that what he did to save him from coming off the field, or is he coming off the field? No, he has to come off the field. Okay.
Yeah, here he comes now. That's Jacob Osborne, who was hunched over.
Yeah, they're having a tough time even moving. I mean, the other young man that just came, that had a cramp 2 plays ago, was trying to sneak back on the field. They're not letting him on the field. All right, we got 1st and 10. Let's see what they can do here.
Zach Harmon's now on its center. Going deep is Hanlon. He underthrows it and is picked off by Revere. It looks like Nick Hall with the interception. It is. He'll pull it down at the 35-yard line. And
that wasn't a great pass. He put too much air under it, which allowed the safety to come over and grab it. The young man from Barberton was open, but it's just well, I guess it's that time of the game, right?
Right. Not Hanlon's best pass of the night, but a chance that you definitely have to take.
Right,
there.
You have to.
And there's a young man. He's been out there for every offensive snap. Another guy who's not getting much rest, and he underthrew a man. He got it up a little too high, and the pass was picked off that time by Nick Hall. So Revere will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Clifford will hand off to Perry. He hasn't been taken down. He spins out of a tackle and gets back over the line of scrimmage. A great run that time by Perry, who was nearly spun down in the backfield. Looked like it might have been Posey again, Jalen Allen Posey, who almost got him down for a loss. Instead of it's a pickup of 4 and 2nd and 6.
And that young man hasn't come off the field either tonight.
Right. He's been outstanding on both sides of the ball.
He's just has a little bit more left in the tank. Nice solid run here. I just don't think Coach Nichols is going to put one in the air.
Chase Clifford, the quarterback, takes the snap. Hands again to Perry. He's met at the 40, but drives ahead for about 2 or 3 extra yards after the first hit. So he turned a 1-yard gain into a 4-yard gain, and you bring up 3rd down and 2.
So James Perry is approaching 100 yards for the Minutemen. Actually, gave him another. No, he moved it back. Okay.
3rd and 2. I don't know that we're surprised, Chris, but I think the only surprising thing for me with Revere is not their talent, but their consistency of both effort, their discipline. You know, this looks like a team that could win some playoff games given the right situation. We got a timeout on the field now. 8:24 remaining. Revere leads 31-14. I want to let you know, if you're just dialing in, folks, that you can hear and see a video replay of tonight's game this coming Monday night at 6 p.m. streaming live on WAOH.TV. That's WAOH.TV. Monday at 6 p.m. You can see it on your computer. You can see it on your smart TV, your smartphone, your tablet. Maybe your smart son or daughter could describe what they're saying for you. But if you're smart these days, you can find us, and we hope you will. Chris, looks like you have some score updates for us.
Well, I have an interesting score here. One of the teams we covered this year who doesn't have a great record but plays in a really tough league, Green Bulldogs, is ahead of Louisville Leopards, who I think only have one loss for the year, maybe 2. 20-14 in the 4th quarter. That would be a big upset.
And for most people, I think for you and I, maybe not as big, because we saw the talent level there at Green, and we saw their scores and how they were, just this much short of winning so many times this year against quality competition. 3rd and 2, handoff to Perry, and he's got plenty across the 50 to the 48 of Barberton, a 1st down. 8:18 remaining. Revere leads Barberton 31-14. It's been a good one tonight, but very impressed with the Minutemen and very anxious. Boy, if we weren't working next Friday night, I might not mind driving out to Bath Township to see that game against Highland. It should be a good one.
Well, we can ask Bob for subs, but I'm not sure he's going to do it.
No, I'm pretty sure not with the kind of big money you and I are pulling in.
That's right.
Chase Clifford at quarterback turns and hands again to Perry, and another sprint up the middle across the 40 to the 39-yard line. So another run of about 9 yards for Perry. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1, 7:37 clock running. And boy, a lot of hands on hips down there for Barberton, Chris. And it makes total sense. These guys playing both ways. I see Avian Owens-Cottrell in the middle of that defensive line. He's not a real big guy, but he's had a great game tonight. 5'11", 195, the senior. He's leaving it all out on the field. Clifford, 2nd down 1. Hands again to Perry. He's got the 1st down and more across the 35. Spins down at about the 34-yard line. Tackle by number 32 for Barberton, Micah McWilliams. McWilliams has had a nice night. I have him now for 6 tackles. 5 of them solos.
Number 3, James Perry, is at 112 yards for the night. What an evening. I don't think he's taken, we have 6:44 left in this game, and he has not taken any time off the entire evening, so good on him.
And Jervenkar's got, 140, somewhere around there?
I have him at 143 yards.
Yeah, and there goes Perry again with a handoff up the middle. Flag on the play. He's inside the 20 and down at the 19. I think this one may be coming back on a hold, but we'll wait and see. We also have a Magic's player down at the 30-yard line with an injury. We'll sort all this out, but I do see Revere marching backwards. So
I always love the call from a referee that is, I don't know, how far do you feel that flag?
He was a good 20 yards deeper than the ball for sure in the backfield. We got a chop block on the defense. So got an injury timeout. That's why the Revere Minutemen were walking backwards.
That was a 15. Is the ball at the 19-yard line?
Yes, so it was a 16-yard gain, I believe.
16.
Although nobody's really standing where. Oh, no, that ball's clear into the 9. So, where are they? Oh, that's after the penalty, yeah. So, I think the 19 was correct. 6:20 remaining. Another big run by Perry.
So he is at 128 yards. If that was a 16-yard run, is what I had for it.
Yeah. An impressive night for both of the backs. And again, we've given this award to the quarterbacks often.
Right.
And it's not to say that Chase Clifford has not had an excellent game. He has, but basically he's doing his job.
That's right.
He's handling the snap. He's handing it off. And has only passed the ball a few times tonight. Not many.
The only thing that's going wrong for James Perry tonight is with that 15-yard penalty, he can't overtake the other running back for the most yards tonight.
Hand off to Perry. He's getting it outside now, inside the 10 to the 5 to the 4. Another big run for Perry. This was on a 1st and goal, so it'll be 2nd and goal. They're going to spot it. It looks like it's just inside the 4-yard line. So 2nd and goal, about 3.5 to go.
All right, so great run. There was nothing there. He bounced it outside, tried to outrun the defensive back, and just couldn't do it, but still a great run.
Clifford. Oh, we got an early start by the up back that time for Revere, and I hate to do this to the young man because he's had a solid night, but it looked like that was Lane Shenego who got started early from the blocking back position, and he'll go off in favor of Sam Childs, who's been in that spot most of the night. Both of them have done a really nice job blocking for their tailbacks, who have, along with the Revere offensive line, created all kinds of holes and running room for them.
They've really done an outstanding job.
2nd and goal, ball in the 9-yard line. Handoff to Perry. He squirts through a little hole this time, and he's still on his feet and into the end zone, capping off what has been an incredible night of running the ball and playing defense for James Perry, the senior captain, 5'11", 200 pounds, and has dominated the action tonight. A 9-yard touchdown run is kind of making your and I's decision. You would think it's normally a tough decision. You have one running back with over 140 yards, and you think, well, that's a slam dunk.
So they have one with 143 yards, and they have one with 142 yards.
Well, explain that to Harrison Dravenkar when that 1 yard cost him. The extra point kick is up and good, bringing our score to Revere 38, Barberton 14, 4:58 remaining. So let's look ahead here. I do have some scores, not pertinent to tonight's game, but to the league we've been following quite a bit this season. So in the late 3rd quarter, Coventry, who we saw putting things together, all over Springfield, 30-0. Norton in a final destroyed Woodridge tonight, 49-7. So Norton in the complete driver's seat in the Metro Athletic Conference. Streetsboro, and this is a little bit of a surprise to me. I thought this might be a pretty close game tonight, but Streetsboro 42, Ravenna 3.
Oh my goodness.
And Cloverleaf is showing themselves to be no fluke. They're now at 6-2 with a 36-6 victory over Field.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure a lot of folks saw Cloverleaf at 6-2 at this point in the year, but hats off to them. And if it weren't for the year that Norton was having, they'd be right there for the league.
You know, I love it when schools that aren't traditionally those that have really, really good years spring to those kinds of records.
So there's our kickoff, another low line drive down to the 20 to the 15. Trouble fielding it again is DeWitt. He's back over the 15 to the 17, across the 20, and out of about the 21-yard line, where he's driven out of bounds by number 3, James Perry. 4:49 remaining. Minutemen lead the Magics 38-14. Flag on the play. And I didn't see this one during the run back, Chris. I'm
right
guessing
in the middle of the field.
block in the back. Looks like it, yeah. A block in the back against the Magic, so we're going to march it backwards. And let's see where they're going to set it down at about the 13-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Barberton. Again, late fourth quarter. Big lead now for the Minutemen, who I got to believe Coach would deny this. Somebody on that side's looking forward to next week already.
Yeah, I would think they're looking forward to it now.
Yeah, pretty sure they are. They've taken care of business tonight, and they're ready to move on to the big one next week. Hanlon in the backfield, takes a snap, hands to Gatto. Gatto at the 10, hit, but bounces off of that tackle out across the 15, maybe to the 16, where he's driven out of bounds on the far side. And that time, Nick Hall on the tackle.
That's a good call by the official there, keeping the clock moving. I like that call.
Yeah, and they're actually, looks like they're spotting it at the 18, so apparently stepped out of bounds there, bringing up 2nd and a long 6. Hanlon with Gatto in the backfield. DeWitt in the slot, actually at the tight end this time. The pass to the near side is to number 7, who is Terrion Bailey. Makes the catch, but he's spun down right away for a loss on the play.
You know, nice throw by the quarterback, nice solid throw, and just a better play on defense, right?
Yep.
They all run the ball well, and nice tackle out there on the edge.
I think the tackle that time was by Juby. It's his 3rd tackle on the night. Cornerback. Juby's senior, 6-footer. Pass this time almost picked off again. No, the official's right there and says, no, Nick Hall. I saw it hit the ground.
Well, I'm glad he didn't pick that off, because I mean we'd have to consider him for player of the game as well.
He's coming up with quite a night on his own.
He's played a heck of a game as well, hasn't he?
He's had a pass interception, 2 passes defended, and 3 tackles. So all kinds of big nights for players on the Revere side of the ball. We have 3:13 remaining. Clock stop. Barberton 4th down and about 20. 19 maybe. No, 4th and 10. I don't know how I tacked on the extra yardage there. Timeout Barberton as Gates was back to punt. I don't know if Chris maybe, I was going to say, not enough guys on the field. That's what it looked like. Yeah, when you don't even have to count, you can see few enough bodies that you don't have to count, you know that there's a problem.
They still don't have 11. Nobody wants to go out there. Where's the 11th guy?
That's possible. You got a lot of guys banged up and a lot of guys really tired. And 4th and 10 on top of that.
That's right.
I'm sure they'll get the 11 out there. And the good news for Barberton is, despite the scoreboard, I don't know if you agree, continue to see progress. I like very much what we were informed beginning of the year, first couple of weeks, as solid sophomore class. I think we'll continue to see that. I really like what I see out of Hanlon at the quarterback position. So a lot to build on, but not tonight. It's been Revere's night. Gates to punt. He's standing in his own end zone. Takes a snap, gets a kick away, another nice kick out across the 50. Fair catch by Nick Hall. He'll take it at about the Revere 47-yard line.
I think you call that 100% right, Ron. I think that the Magic have some good outside receivers. They have some nice young, outside receivers that are young. They have some nice quality young linemen, and they've done a nice job for the most part tonight, right? They just don't have enough bodies. And of course, the quarterback, the sophomore. We haven't seen much from any underclassmen in the running back position, but how can you? Gatto's fantastic back there.
Okay, we are going to, I'm sorry to cut you off, Chris. We are going to see a new quarterback in for Revere. It's a sophomore, Carter Haidu. Haidu in for the first time tonight. Takes the snap, hands it off to a new running back in there for Revere, and that is number 20, his brother, Brady Haidu. Tackle by number 55 for Barberton, Rico Varner. Want to invite you all to join us for the Cambria Bistro postgame show, including the naming of the Cambria Bistro Player of the Game. Haidu standing at his own 43. Calling out the signals. He'll take the snap, hand it to his brother up the middle to about midfield, where he's met by Micah McWilliams. And McWilliams also another good statistical night.
You can tell the difference in this young man's obviously a good ball player running the ball right now, but the maturity and the strength of those senior running backs for Revere. Those running plays right there were 6, 7, 8, 9 yards.
Yeah, you're spot on that, Chris. Yeah, a little bit of difference here. So third down and about 7. Haidu hands to Haidu, who's up across the 50 to about the 47. That'll leave him short about 3 yards. So fourth down, we'll call it 4. Minute 32, clock running here. Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova on Fifth Dimension Radio. Thanks for joining us tonight, and please tune in again next week. We'll be at Mogadore for the Wildcats home game versus the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights, as the Wildcats are playing for playoff position. Should be a good one. Hope you'll join us.
So it looks like they're going to let the clock run out here. Get it under a minute or thereabouts. And I'm not sure what they're going to do. Are they going to punt it? Maybe they'll punt it.
They're going to at least talk about it as they take the timeout. 58 seconds remaining. Hey, I want to thank the man upstairs. I know that sounded a little different. I do want to thank the man upstairs. Absolutely. He allows me to be here every night. But tonight, that would be both Bob Fritz and Roger McLean, who have had a nice view from above us on the Barberton press box here. We want to thank the folks, John Sable, his staff, and all the folks here at Barberton who treat us so well and provide us with a nice, comfortable spot up here in the Barberton press box.
Absolutely.
And our fearless leader here is ready to run down on the field as he's getting more spry every week. He's got that gift certificate from Cambria Bistro.
Do you want to announce it now?
Beautiful. I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
Give him a head start. It's got to be Perry, right?
James Perry.
James Perry with
3 TDs, 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 142 yards rushing. Ron, another pass defense. How many tackles? A lot. A lot of tackles.
Well, I can give you that here.
He was everywhere.
The pick 6, the pass defense, another interception, and at least 3 solo tackles. It might have been a 4th that I missed there. So all over the place. Fourth down comes up short for Revere. So with 53 seconds remaining, Barberton will get the ball back at their own 46. So, I feel really bad for Harrison Dravenkar. You run for 140 plus and you don't get the player of the game. Any other game this season, he's probably the man, but his teammate just was everything to the Minutemen.
That might have been a coach's decision just to kind of he was managing his player.
That's an excellent point. Yeah, for next to get him, make sure he's healthy going into next week. And what do we have here? Delay a game. Well, it's that kind of night now here in the second half for Barberton. They played a really nice first half, got themselves back in the game at halftime, but as often happened to them against these quality teams, they just kind of worn down here in the second half. So move it back, 1st and 15 now. Hanlon turns, hands it to the running back who is up across midfield, across 30 to 25 and pushed out at the 20. That is Jalen Allen Posey, who's had a great night on defense, had a big run there, and has the Magics inside the 20 with 43 seconds remaining. So, and I know you love this, Chris, this never give up attitude, still play to the final whistle, and that's what the Magic did right there.
He needs
nice
5
run.
yards to be the Magic's leading rusher.
There you go. And it was a nice run. It wasn't like it was uncontested. He got hit a couple of times, stayed on his feet, caught me by surprise. So 1st and 10. Handoff by Hanlon, gives it back to Allen Posey across the 15 to about the 14. Brings up 2nd down, clock running at 34 seconds. Barberton has 2 timeouts. They're not showing any inclination to take them here. So wouldn't be shocked to see Hanlon throw this one into the end zone here. See if they can get on the board again before the end of the game. Hanlon takes a snap. Nope, he's going to hand it off to Allen Posey inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Great run by Jalen Allen Posey for the Barberton Magic with 9 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
Good for him, and good for the Magic.
A good tough run. It's late, and I'm sure Revere is ready to go home, but there was effort there on their part, and he showed some power staying on his feet. You got to love that
you do got to love it.
As a coaching staff. 38-20 our score. On to attempt the extra point is Blake Leary. Snap, spot, kick is up and good. So with that, Revere will take it's Revere 38, Barberton 21. With just 9 seconds. Chris, go ahead. I cut you off.
No, it's spurs like that make these young men want to come back tomorrow morning. Whether it's a JV game, which I doubt they have a JV game because there's not a ton of players out here, but saying that, watch film, do recovery, whether it's yoga, all these teams do yoga in the morning now, it seems like, or do a nice soft workout.
Yeah, you and me, we get together for yoga every Saturday morning.
Yeah. And, it makes them want to come to practice Monday, gives them some motivation, and who do the Magics finish out with this year?
I know they have Copley left, and I should remember that, but I don't.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
Two games that are certainly winnable games for them, and not that they'll be favored, but they should be competitive games.
Are they 3 or 2?
Division 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Division 3. 9 seconds remaining. So Barberton will tee it up, and it's Gates ready to kick off again. Man with the big leg here, and he kicks it deep once again, across the 10. And touched and picked up by Dravenkar there at the 8-yard line. Well, if it weren't for the fact that there were 6 seconds left, I would say that was a poor decision that time. One of the only ones of the night for Revere, and certainly for Harrison Dravenkar. But Revere will snap it one final time. So, here we are. How did we get to what will be Week 9? And the worst we've done is put on a sweatshirt this season. So thankful for the great weather. We got a couple of hopefully really, I'm not sure next week will be a close game, but we'll have at least one playoff-bound team next week. and we hope to possibly have 2 on our final game. We're trying to arrange that for week 10. So stay tuned to Fifth Dimension Radio for the upcoming end of the season schedule and potentially some playoff games. So here comes our last snap. And Revere will take a knee, and that'll be it. So from Barberton's Rudy Sharkey Stadium, tonight's final, Revere 38, Barberton 21. We'll take this time out and be back for the Cambria Bistro postgame show.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
Introducing the Celebration Palace, a brand new and all-inclusive banquet facility located in Hartville in the North Plaza at 240 Kent Avenue Northeast. Still dreaming about your special wedding day or that occasion you're wanting to celebrate and you're not sure where to start? Well, you're in luck, because here at the Celebration Palace, we specialize in wedding and event planning. Whether you are looking for a venue or an all-inclusive wedding package, we have you covered. We help plan your special occasion. We have specialized vendors to help make your special day magical, and our prices are budget-friendly. So let us, here at the Celebration Palace, make all your special occasion dreams come true. You can give us a call at 330-587-2035 or check us out on our website, www.thecelebrationpalace.com. Stress-free, budget-friendly, amazing staff, in a stunning venue, the Celebration Palace, where your vision becomes a reality.
You know what? That is a...
So, back here at Rudy Sharkey Stadium at Barberton High School, Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova for the Cambria Bistro post-game show. Chris is hurriedly getting some stats together for you, and you know, both sides of the ball. I mean, it wasn't like some of the games we've seen where the losing squad came up with not much to talk about. There's a lot to talk about for Barberton, but the Revere Minutemen did what they had to do tonight. They came in with a solid game plan and solid execution. Nothing real fancy, just some hard-nosed football, running the ball up the middle for the most part, bouncing a few things outside, passing sparingly, and it certainly worked tonight. And Coach Nickel told us in pregame, you know, he was worried about Barberton and the big plays, and Barberton did hit a couple of big plays tonight, but not enough to overcome the Minutemen. So you want to take a quick trip through, and boy, especially for the Minutemen, there were some impressive numbers tonight.
Well, you probably can't see my sheet here. There's a lot of ink on the sheet here for the Minutemen, but. Overall, they had almost 300 yards rushing, 291 yards rushing for a team. James Perry with 142 yards rushing, 2 rushing TDs. Harrison, I know this is the last name again. Javankar?
His dad just walked by. Javankar.
Javankar. What an athlete. And frankly, he didn't run the ball that much after the first half, and he was at 143 yards and a TD. Also played defense, also played wide receiver, was all over the field. So was James Perry. James Perry also had 2 interceptions, 1 for a TD. Nick Hall also had an interception, was all over the field on defense. I would say, between Perry and Hall defensively, my goodness gracious.
Just real quick here, I'll go through these. So Perry, the pick 6, another pick, pass defense and 3 tackles. Hall had 2 passes defended, pass interception and 3 tackles. Juby with 3 tackles. Haidu with 5 tackles. We had Cedar with a pass defense and a sack. Mark with a sack. Capon with a sack. So total team effort, but some guys really stood out, and certainly Perry and Hall were 2 of the ones on the defensive side of the ball.
Right. They didn't have to pass very much. I only have Clifford for 20 yards on the night, but that being said, when you rush for 300, you don't need to pass. He had a couple key runs. That rushing number would be well over 300 yards.
Yeah.
They had the Magic had a couple key sacks that prevented that from happening. The first series, they had a sack for 20 yards loss, another one for another 20-yard loss. So the Magic did what they could to try to stop them, put the pressure on them, just couldn't do it on any consistent basis. And, it didn't stop there, right? When Revere needed to make a stop defensively, they had a pick on defense, or three picks on defense, right? And one TD on defense. They saw another stop on a big drive for the Magic that could have gotten them back in the game. So when they had to make a play, they did, and really quite impressive.
Yeah, and a nice job, and I'll have you take a glance there, and hopefully I'm somewhat correct. They didn't shut down Angelo Gatto totally, but they certainly contained him, and that was what they thought they needed to do to walk away with a win tonight. So I don't know what did Angelo end up with.
He ended up with about 50 yards rushing. Mr. Posey there in that last drive had 62 yards rushing. So they had over 100 yards rushing on the night, but they were in basically no back the entire night tonight, and they had about 150 yards passing, and Gatto was a large part of that. They used him as a decoy a lot tonight, quite a bit. Trent DeWitt was their big receiver, 37 yards. Clay Thompson as well, 35 yards. So they spread the ball around quite a bit tonight. Barberton has a lot to look forward to in the future. But really, when it came down to it, I thought that they were just outmanned. They had Revere had twice as many kids suited up tonight, and you hear a lot of things in the media over the last week. But I would say this for the Magic, that team fought all night long, and I have to give them credit.
Sure. A couple of quick shout outs here. Micah McWilliams had 6 solos and an assist on tackles tonight. DeWitt with the pick 6, which is big in the first half to keep him in the game. Owens Cottrell with a sack, a pass defense, and 3 other tackles, and Alan Posey with 5 tackles. Varner with 4 tackles, one of them for a tackle for a loss. So I don't think you can fault the effort of Barberton. They just lost to the better team tonight, right? And hats off to Revere. Good luck to them next week. Should be, hopefully will be a really good game, and we'll have bearing on who wins this Suburban American League Conference. We're going to take a look at a few scores here after we come back from this last message from Screenprint Original.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screenprint Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Okay, back here at Barberton, Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova with the Cambria Bistro post-game show. And let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. So in the Suburban National tonight, I don't know if it's just a problem reporting the score, or I know Stowe's had some problems with their electric. They lost some lights game earlier this season, but the posted score is still at halftime with Stowe leading North Royalton 7-6. Wadsworth all over the Nordonia Knights tonight. Not surprising that they won, but it was 62-21. So
wow.
The Grizzlies definitely for real. Hudson with a nice victory tonight at home against Brecksville Broadview Heights, 27-0, and Twinsburg bounces back with a 27-3 win over Solon. So that's the Suburban League National. Over here in the American, obviously, Revere beat Barberton tonight, 34-21 is the final. Highland, no problem at Roosevelt, 58-7. The Hornets win. Copley, again, no problem at the new Lambert Field in Cuyahoga Falls. Copley wins 42-0. And Aurora shuts out Talmadge at Talmadge, 37-0. Chris, other area scores of interest that you find?
So I see McKinley beats Lake tonight, 24-21. You already said the Hudson score. I saw that Green did end up beating Louisville on, I think, 27-14. So a big win for Green. Good for them. Tough years thus far, but I think if they win the last two, then I think they're in the state playoffs. So that would be quite the comeback.
That would be. It sure would be.
Hoover 35, Perry 21. You already said the Wadsworth score. Did you say the Norton score earlier?
I did. They won big. And I'm not sure if you got this one, but McKinley at home sneaks by Lake 24-21 in the big game of the night in the Federal League. So all kinds of Jackson also over Glen Oak, if you didn't have that one, 21-10. So in the Federal, McKinley is 7-1, as is Hoover. Lake falls to 6-2. Jackson 5-3. So a big night in the Federal League. Big night all around. One quick check on Akron City, and I think it was a light schedule tonight. But here you go. The Orangemen finally get off the schneid.
Good for them.
After a few weeks and roll over North tonight, 28-0. That's still in the fourth quarter.
Oh, it is? Okay, that's
wrong. So that gives them their second win on the year.
Good for them. See, if you're on Fifth Dimension Sports, you win.
There you go. There you go.
Well, at some point.
Somebody wins every week. It's
That's
amazing. Somebody
See how that works?
Week. Getting a little giddy here as we wind down the season. This was week 8. We have 2 left in the regular season. Next week at Mogadore, where they'll host St. Thomas Aquinas. And then the final week, as we mentioned during the play-by-play tonight, is still a little bit in doubt, so stay tuned. Keep your eye on social media, on Fifth Dimension Radio's Facebook page. That's where we'll know right away, pretty much when Bob knows he gets that post up post haste. So we look forward to hopefully having one of the big games in the area in that Week 10 matchup. So for Bob Felmley, Bob Fritz, Roger McLean, I'm Ron Whitmer. This is Chris Canova. We look forward to seeing you next week from Mogadore. Thanks, and have a great night.
You've been listening to Fifth Dimension Radio's Sports Special, where we bring you live high school sports. And we'll be announcing more exciting games coming up in the near future, so keep it on Fifth Dimension Radio. This is your announcer, Bob. Good night.